The following program is hosted by immature, irreverent, obnoxious, and often disgusting young men. Listener discretion is advised.
This time on Nude Clan, what are you selling? What are you buying?
Shall we play a game?
You got several things to do. You got work, kids in school. What do you do when it's all over?
How do you hand something from one player to another?
Dark soul light. Turn on the TV, pick up the controller and play some games with the new clan.
Welcome, my children, to another episode of Nude Clan. I am your host, Caleb Craig,
What are you doing there?
introducing myself as I should,
I
as their Lord and Savior,
I am Caleb
King
Schweiss,
Hog.
and this is our Jesus plate.
Brilliant.
Cameron Wilson. And today, guys, we're going to be talking about product branding and product placement in video games. It's becoming more and more of a thing, and I want to talk about our favorites, our least favorites, and the effects it has on us as consumers, and what we would like to see, kind of like coming up with a balance of what we find acceptable versus too much, and kind of just going into all of that. And I've got some great fucking hidden gems of product placement in games that I'm going to talk about too. Some
do you?
real, dude. There's some fucking games out there I want to play so bad because of this, because
God.
of looking into this.
Oh, like the games that are made specifically to sell a product.
Yeah, but see, those ones I don't really count as much. But there's a game for Hooters, dude.
Those are like
There's a fucking Hooters
those
game.
are different things. I think those are called like advert gaming.
Yeah. That's not really what we're talking about, but I want to talk about that anyway, a little bit.
So like a combination. All right.
Yeah. Mostly the product placement, though, because we've been playing a lot of Death Stranding, and there's fucking Monster Energy in there.
Yeah.
And it's weird, but we've both been buying Monster Energy because of it. So
Well,
it's like,
I mean the monster coffees. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't like the regular stuff.
why not, man?
Uh,
Why don't you like energy drinks?
I like the coffee though.
We need some kind of like cum
I
spot.
like
licking.
I like that the Irish blend and then the loco mocha. So
I usually do
good
the-
stuff.
I just do the regular ones. Low carb, usually. I tried to pound one like Ritas does. Can't do it, dude.
Dude, he's a fucking monster with that shit. Especially like when you switch to beer, like he fucking just pounds it. Then he fucking like leans back, fucking kicks up his legs while he's fucking chugging that shit. It's like instantaneous, man.
Yeah, I don't think he actually did it when they filmed him, when they mocapped his ass for that. I don't believe it.
You don't think he just pounded it?
No, I don't. It's too much. It's too chemical death-like to just fucking do that to you.
Too deathly stranding.
Yeah, it's too deathly stranding to chug. To chug the knot. You get a knot in your throat whenever you try to chug that deathly stranding. Rope. Chain. Road.
Bridge.
Yeah.
Beach.
Oh, bridge.
Connection.
Porter. Okay, so
What other words?
I don't know. We'll see more. Bridge.
Definitely.
Bridge baby. I think that's most of them. It's pretty good. So before we get into product placement in gaming and games for selling shit, what have you been up to this week, Craig? What have you been playing?
A lot of Pokemon Shield. I am like right at the ending right now, about to fight the champion, and then I should be done. And then some Death Stranding. Played a fuckload of that. I'm like on the end of Chapter 9, I believe. I have like one last thing left. I'm like on the last city. I'm supposed to like connect that last city to the chiral network, and then I have like 5 chapters or 4 chapters.
So you're on the West Coast?
Yeah,
Did you go to Utah?
I think I bypassed it because it has you like you go to like Colorado and then you go like straight down like in an
With
at an
like
angle.
Vegas.
Yeah. I don't think you go to Vegas. I think it has you cut like around it, and then like I think there's a part where you're like touching Nevada, and then you like go to California. So you go like completely like a U thing, and then go down. So you kind of like miss Utah completely.
Garbage.
I know.
Utter trash. Is it still rocky as fuck everywhere?
Yes.
God damn it.
There's like no flatlands, dude. The only time I ever saw it be flat was like when you were at the Timefall farm. It's like the only time.
God damn it.
And it's like completely snowy everywhere at a certain point. And it just like, and then it barely stops like right when you start getting closer to California.
Does the snow look really good?
I mean, yeah, it looks like snow. You leave a trail in it as you walk through, but it's fucking extra shitty because it degrades your shit like twice as fast.
Jeez. Well, luckily there's no snow in California.
And then it gives you like warm packs. They help you stay warm while you're like in the snow.
Mm,
The snow is a pain in the ass to travel through. Makes things a little slick.
It is a pain in the ass.
Yep.
Okay,
Move
so
a lot slower.
tons and tons of Death Stranding for you.
Yes.
So this week I also played a shitload of Death Stranding. I am in chapter 3 because I am...
And that's also the longest chapter so far.
Yeah, I am obsessed with building the roads up and getting my likes going.
Dude, I don't even know what the likes are for.
Just status, man.
It's fucking purposeless.
I just want to be number one. How many do
You're
you
not
have?
going to be number one, I can tell you that.
I don't know about that. Number one on my server? I might.
Well, on your server, probably.
I can't. No, I'm not.
If you
server.
build like all the roads by yourself, then yeah, you're probably gonna like plow the likes.
Yeah, but how many do you have?
Oh, I think now I'm up to like 50,000, but
Okay.
I haven't logged in, so I don't know. Because
You don't-
usually like it jumps up every time you log in because other people have been playing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. But the last time I checked, it was like around 50,000.
I think I have 130,000 right now. So
It's
making
'cause
my
they're
way.
them roads. I only built like one road, and I've been getting a shitload of likes for that one road.
yeah, I
Just that
built
one tiny ass little stretch.
I've built like 20 of those. I think I spent a lot of time gathering the materials because you have to do side missions to get materials like into the bases that you can then like plunder for materials.
Yeah, because you
And-
can hold more like when your star level gets higher.
Yeah, and the missions will just reward you with the metals and materials. Then you can pull them out and then go and build the roads up with it. And the roads make the game way easier. Like they make it way
they
easier.
definitely do. The section of road that I have like takes you from like it was like South Knot City to the South like distribution center.
Oh
Which
yeah,
if you like fucking walk that, it takes like half an hour, but you can just drive there in a motorcycle and get there in like a minute.
yeah, and that's like 20 hipster songs too. Like if you're walking, it's just endless.
God, it's so much faster. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, it's. I mean, you're supposed to rebuild America, Craig. That's the whole point.
I mean, yeah, but you also don't have to because for some reason it's not important enough to be story. Just like every other fucking mission you do in the game.
You just need to pick up your burden, Craig. You need to help society.
I'm helping society by connecting them to the internet.
That's not really helping society. That's helping the player. The that's PVE.
It's not PvE.
That's we're talking. I'm talking PvP.
That's
Action here.
literally connecting everyone. It connects them more.
Well,
than
yeah,
just
but
the
that's you're
roads.
connecting NPCs. You need to connect actual people.
No, I don't need to connect actual people.
Craig, that's how you get the likes. I'm telling you, man.
I don't need the likes.
There's trophies for
They're so
likes.
fucking frivolous with those likes, man. I don't fucking want it. They force you to give likes when you use other people's shit. So I don't think that the likes are necessary, and especially when like other like the NPC characters start like throwing likes at you, They just like give you a thumbs up or something, and it's like, oh, you just got like 20 likes.
Yeah, man, it's awesome.
It's fucking too many likes.
Get your social media platform in here, and they just toss the likes
it's too
out
much.
like crazy.
It's too much. Like
It's good, man. It's rebuilding America book.
they got to be more conservative with those likes. You have to like actively like something in order to make it better.
Yeah, that would probably save on a lot of
Instead
the
of like
nonsensical-
forcing it to happen.
So,
How far
Quite a
are you
bunch.
in that chapter 3? Have you like done any story missions in there, or are you just like only building roads?
no, I've done a bunch of story missions. I mean, I'm at the Timefall Farm. I've been
Okay.
there. I think that's the last area I've been to.
I think there's like a couple more, and then you're done with that chapter.
Yeah, so I think I could plow through the game pretty fast if I went.
Yeah.
It's just there's something, I don't know, there's like a pull. It's weird. There's this pull to me to do all this extra content. And honestly, most of it's I'm already done getting like
I don't know why you have the desire to do the extra content while you're playing it, especially when this one's like you can't miss any of the trophies,
oh yeah,
which means that you can just go do it.
but the whole point I'm getting into the spirit of the game, Craig. The spirit of the game is to rebuild
The spirit
America
of the
and bring
game
people
is
together.
to save Amelie as quickly as possible, and you're just like, you know what? Fuck her. I'm gonna build some roads.
Well, it's the whole there's the okay, that's the objective, but like the underlying objective is to rebuild the
she
country
is literally
and connect.
your priority number one, as given to you by the vice president and a number of other people. That is literally your main priority.
Yeah, the Vice President Killstick Slaughterjoy.
Die Hardman.
Yeah, Die
He's a
Hardman.
real big Die Hard fan.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. That's gonna be his final words. It's gonna be like, "Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker." He's gonna die in the story. Like, man, he's a real big fan.
Like everybody has a name like that. It's like weirdly tied to something specific about them.
About death as well.
Yeah. Like
And
fucking-
possibly being stranded somewhere.
like Mama, fucking Dead Man, fucking Hartman, fucking Die Hard Man. Just all those like special characters.
Yeah.
God,
And then
this
Monster
fucking
Energy.
Mama's real name's Malingen. That still fucking bothers me. That's like a nonsensical name.
Yeah, that sounds like a sex act.
Like, and her sister's Lochna, and then you're just like
about-
Malingen.
How about some Malingen? It's been a while since you gave me some Malingen, babe. Can I get a little bit of that, please? Get us a little taste of that Malingen.
Fucking cunnilingus and Malingen.
No, Malingen is like just lick the taint or something like that. I don't know. It's something. It's got to be some like middle ground. Yeah. Monolingus. He's fucking. I mean, we weren't sure whether we were going to name her Malingen or Monolingus. We stuck to Malingen.
I even fucking looked up the name because it's like, Kojima's like throwing these like connective words at us as like the what would you call it?
It's like a metaphor.
Yeah,
Everything's
like,
a metaphor.
like it's all a metaphor. Yeah, it's like so I was thinking it was going to be like, one of those things where it's like some word that means some connection thing or something that
Yeah.
is a connector in some way. And then I looked it up, and it's nothing. It's a nothing name.
Did you
So
spell it right?
Yeah, I spelled it exactly as the game did.
Did you look up Monolingus? Just to
I didn't look up Mungalingus. No,
Don't
I don't really want to in case that actually is something.
don't do an image search. I'll tell you that.
I would never do an image search. That's just asking for chaos.
Yeah. Oh man. Monolingus. That is so good. Such a good time. That Monolingus.
Ugh.
All right. So lots of Death Stranding for both of us. How many hours do you have in there?
Like 33, 34.
Okay, so you have more than me now. I think I'm right about 30, almost. I think. Which is pretty considerable considering the game just came out. I mean, it's only like 3 weeks old, right?
It came out, yeah. It was like November 11th or something like that.
Yeah.
And it's the, let's see what it's today.
It's like the 28th.
The 30th.
Oh, 30th. Okay.
So it's been like 19 days.
Wow. Fucking tired. Anyway, yeah. The monolingus. That's good. Just ask for that. Ask your wife for that and see if she slaps you.
Dude, I really hope that I only have like 5 hours left of that game.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why is that?
I want to get it done. I really want just the story to be thrown at me and just forget the last fucking 30 hours of nonsensical deliveries.
Is it nonsensical, though?
Dude, I honestly could have been delivering a fucking pizza to every single one of those things and it would have, like, changed anything.
There was a mission where I delivered a pizza.
I believe it.
30 minutes or less, or it's free.
The importance of your deliveries is, like, it's nonsensical.
Why is it nonsensical? You're delivering supplies from one camp to the next so that everyone can have enough to survive.
Yeah, but there's, like, no real reason for it.
The survival is the reason. I mean,
Well, you're trying to, like, fucking connect these places, and then it's like, yeah, go ahead and, like, connect these other random people, and then it gives you, like, 7 missions to do so, and, like, each thing, and they're all bullshit far away, like, in some other state. It's like, yeah, that's on your way. That's on your fucking way to California, you know, going back to fucking Texas.
yeah, it's a slight offshoot. Yeah, because everyone knows it's like for exit 109 for California, exit 110 for Texas.
Yeah, this is a short trip from Texas to Wyoming.
I mean, it does what Red Dead 2 does, where it's like the whole country, but it's a way smaller map. But the scale is meant to feel like it's the whole country.
Red Dead is like 3 states.
That's true. Red Dead,
and it's really just like in the middle of like the 4 corners, kind of.
Yeah,
or close to that. So
well, no, because there's Louisiana. There's a Louisiana part where you're down in the swamps. There aren't swamps in the 4 corners. That's like fucking.
Well, it has you travel
man.
Sometimes because like you go to fucking like that one island that's by Cuba or something like that.
Yeah, that
is one of the missions. Yeah.
No, and you do, but like I'm talking, there's an area where you're in the swampland. So like I think it's supposed to be a big chunk of the country.
I don't think so.
Yeah, you don't remember the alligators?
I do remember the
alligators
but
don't fucking live in the 4 corners.
Yeah, but like, where the fuck is it then? Because I'm pretty sure that it was only supposed to be like 2 or 3 states.
It's like Louisiana,
and it was like
man.
near Mexico or whatever.
Oh, I think it's. I mean, I think it's Louisiana, and then like into Texas and stuff, like along the southern side of the country. It's a lot of distance though, because you don't have fucking gators anywhere near where we are. Maybe
we'll have to look at it later.
Yeah, but it's similar to that though. Like as far as like the distance is concerned, they do that thing that Red Dead does, where it's like you're supposed to feel like you're actually moving camp and moving a long ways away, even though it's not that fucking far.
Oh, it's never that far. But it is in Death Stranding.
It kind of is in Death Stranding. Yeah, it's pretty fucking far.
It's fucking bullshit. Especially when you have to like deliver human beings from one spot and then like you're going 6,000 meters in the game, which takes you like 2 to 3 hours to fucking do. Because you're walking on foot.
And you got these fucking dollar store hipster songs playing in the background. You're just getting pissed.
Yeah, dude.
Getting attacked.
It's fucking nonsensical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's our mini review of Death Stranding. We're not done yet, so we don't know. I have a feeling something's going to happen, and if it happens...
What do you think's going to happen?
Dude.
This is the time for that kind of thing.
Well, we aren't that far, but I have a feeling that BB
I'm pretty far.
I have a feeling that BB is going to die.
You have a feeling BB's going to die?
Yeah, and if that happens, it's going to fuck me up, dude. That's going to be some heavy shit. You don't think so?
No, I don't think BB's going to die.
Oh, well, then I don't care. That's the only emotional connection I could possibly have.
I will tell you that he names the BB.
Oh, you never named the BB.
He names the BB.
What?
And that's when shit happens.
Does he name him Rimalingus?
No, he names him Lou.
Lou?
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody's
There's a
named.
reason, and you'll find out why.
All right.
But yeah, I don't think the BB's gonna die.
You don't think so?
No,
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it happen.
dude. Unless some weird shit happens with Mads Mikkelsen again, I don't think he's gonna die.
All right. That's the thing that would that would be pretty rough. That'd be pretty fucking
It
rough.
would be pretty rough.
That'd be something else.
It would be super messed up for Sam too, because
Yeah. No, I know. Yeah.
he's really bonding with the BB.
Yeah. Yeah, building all those roads together. I put mine into like fucking critical mode all the time, like some fucking dick. I'm like, yeah,
dude.
let's take these guys on.
Yeah, he's had that whatever shock like 3 times,
And he's just like not even responding.
Dude, if you
anymore.
leave him in that shock for a while, it like decreases your bond with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good. Did you max it out yet?
No, I haven't maxed it out yet. My bond with him is at like 3.5 stars or something.
Oh,
like
how
that.
do you see it?
It just happens every now and then, like when your bond is changed. Like it'll say like your bond is changed, and it'll like move up a star or whatever.
Oh.
It did that to me like when I was because I bond with him like every time I go into the private room, and then I found out you can like soothe him while you're on the roads.
Yeah. There's a trophy for doing that.
Yeah.
I just barely got it.
Yeah,
But-
I didn't know that. Otherwise, I would have been doing that then too, because that's how you like build back his bar when it gets low. So I could have avoided the shock every time.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I just didn't because I didn't know. But now I do.
There's a lot of stuff in that game. It's like very deep with the amount of things you can do.
Yeah,
I mean, it makes sense because of who made it, but he does that kind of shit. Like in Metal Gear Solid 2, there's like in the beginning of the campaign, you can go off the ledge and then do like pull-ups for like 20 minutes and get your grip bar maxed out.
oh my god.
So every time I play Metal Gear Solid 2, that's what I do. I just like jump off the side and then do pull-ups until I max it, and then I go play the game. Because then I don't have to worry about it ever again.
There's a. Do you have the floating carriers yet?
Yeah, I have them unlocked. I don't like using them though because of the chiral crystal usage bit. I haven't tried them yet.
You can ride on them if you
Oh,
don't
nice.
if you don't have any stuff on it. You can just like jump on it and then use it as like a skateboard.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so you gotta like keep pressing like square, and then you like paddles with it, and so you like go forward.
Oh, that's weird. You know, Metal Gear Solid 2
It's pretty
also,
sweet when you're going down a hill.
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid 2 also had a skateboarding game in it.
Oh my god,
It's actually pretty fun. It's not bad. Surprisingly good for what it is.
those floating carriers are actually super nice. So
I believe it because of the fucking rock obsession that the game has, just ruining everything that you have.
You kind of have to use them in the snowy areas because you can't really use it in vehicles. I mean, there's some places where you can, but it's really tough.
Yeah. All right.
Especially the trek to California. Fuck, dude, that took so long, and I'm so glad that I had the fucking carrier thing.
Yeah, because it just floats, so you don't get the degradation like you do. That's fair. All right, I'll have to look into using those then. Make my life easier. The first thing I did in the game, like I stole one of the mule's trucks, and I was so excited because like I had gotten attacked over and over again. I'm getting like shocked. The truck got shocked. I beat a bunch of dudes down, and then I go away, and I fly over this hill hauling ass, and I get stuck on a rock. Like the middle of the rock just landed on I landed on the middle of my car or the truck and on this rock, and I was just stuck forever.
Wow.
I wanted to cry, man. I was like, dude, I finally have something nice in this game. That was before I was able to make vehicles and stuff, and I was like, and then this happens, it just fucking rips it from me. Like, dude, what the fuck? And then I had another one that fucking died off the side of the road, and I haven't built the road up to that point yet, so I can't fucking just, you know, when you leave it alone for a bit, you get a little bit of charge. I can't do that yet because I don't have the fucking road built up, and I don't want to put a little stupid recharge station out in the middle of nowhere. Like, fuck, dude.
Those are useful, though, if like people are going along that path.
Yeah, it's true, but Jesus Christ. It's still annoying. So yeah, lots of Death Stranding, though. Plenty of Death Stranding. We're both trying to
Oh man,
just play the game.
Have you killed anybody?
No.
I would recommend not doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It caused a game over for me.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because like what happens is if you don't like dispose of the bodies,
Yeah.
like they'll turn into the Death Stranding, and then if one of those Death Stranding kills a player or an NPC human thing,
Yeah.
then it like causes a void out, and then it's just game over for you for some random reason.
Well, I mean,
But then it'll like reset from your last save, and then it's still like a random chance of whether it will happen again. So it's like it will randomly happen, and it'll just randomly end your game.
Oh wow.
So
you're getting fucked over occasionally?
no, it only happened once, and I was like, what? But it hasn't happened since, and I was like, okay, so fuck that, I guess.
Yeah, you can't be having those void outs, Craig.
Well, it's fucking dumb because like if you get killed by a BT, then you just get repatriated.
Well, yeah, but you don't have it, but they don't have that. You're rare.
But like, wouldn't that cause a void out?
no,
if you
don't.
got swallowed by a BT?
No, because you don't go necro.
Yeah, but you don't necessarily have to go necro because going necro just means that you become a Death Stranding.
Right, but you don't do
But
that.
if you get eaten by one of the Death Stranding, then it causes a void out because like the big ones will come and like swallow everything up. I don't understand how that works.
You're just indigestible, I guess. I don't know.
I really don't get how that works because like I don't know.
It'll all be explained, Craig.
I fucking hope so, because I'm like, I think around 5 hours to the ending, and I have no idea, no clue as to what's happening.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure it'll come around. But anyway, so we know what we've been playing this week. The real question, I would say, the only question at times, did either of us beat a game this week?
I think we both have the answer to that.
No.
No, I'm on the precipice of like 2, but no.
I'm nowhere near the 2 I'm playing.
Fucking Conan and Death Stranding.
Yeah.
2 super long ass games.
Ridiculously long.
Yeah,
For one of 'em.
You're probably going for the plat for that 93 hours of road building, and then the 200 hours for the plat in the Conan Exiles.
Dude, just the playthrough on how long to beat. I have how I have my backlog stacked and I've got all my games. That one is like I think it's the second longest one, and it's like 70 hours or something like that, just to beat it, just to finish the game. We're not talking 100%. We're not talking completionist.
Oh, that must be like people who know exactly what to go and do too, like how to prep for everything. Because I wonder if it's a lot easier playing it single player.
Conan Exiles?
Yeah. Because it must be, because a lot of those fights are definitely made for multiple people.
Well, then why would single player be easier? You think they nerf it?
Yeah, they would have to for a single player, because other people can't really join you.
Oh, main story 22 hours? Just go fuck yourself.
Yeah, that must be entirely on the single player mode, not on the servers.
Main story 26, 27? I don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
Dude, it must be like 1,000 times easier on the single player. Unless these people are like cheating.
Main plus extra, one person, 208 hours. A completionist run said 115 hours and 40 minutes. So all playstyle is 81.5. So yeah, it's 81.5 hours off of my overall time. That's horse shit, dude. That is not how long that game takes. Fuck this. This is a lie. We'll fix it. We'll fix this lie. Only 7 people have fucking pulled this game, dude.
What are they considering completionist?
Doing everything.
Yeah, but what is doing everything like?
I don't know. You get to
because like
decide.
a bunch of people's idea of completionist are very different. Like getting all the items in the game and getting like everything.
For me, it would be getting the platinum and beating all the bosses. That's completionist. But not everyone does that, and not everyone treats it the same way.
Well, because there are bosses that like wouldn't count towards like trophies and things.
Yeah, I would still want
like
to kill
the scorpion thing that you killed. Like you didn't have to kill it.
No, it would have been an endless battle, and it would have. I don't know what it would have done, but yeah, we didn't have to kill it.
Yeah, dude, I think that the grind and the bosses must be like way easier on a single player mode for Conan. I'm thinking that's what it is, and that's why it's like 22 hours.
Or they're lying through their fucking teeth. They're filthy, rotting liars' teeth.
Well, I mean, if they look at a guide too, that like cuts down all the need for exploration. So
they're playing it wrong. That's
plus, like if the like conversion rate isn't like absolute ass, you know, I think that the single player mode must be like the ultimate mode.
Well, you can also edit it too on a single player. You can go into server admin and change stuff.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Did you do that then?
You can, yeah. Anyone can do that. Game lets you just fucking do whatever you want.
Maybe that's what they did then. They just gave themselves like the best weapon and just like ran through.
Yeah, because they're scum. They're liars. Filth. We need to correct it. It's wrong. It's a lie. It's unnatural.
I didn't know you could do that on the single player. I thought it like locked you out of those options.
No, that's why it's so easy to platinum. That's why so many people have the platinum in it, is because they just spam it. Like it's not even a thing that is an accomplishment anymore. Like, here, I'll pull it up on
Well,
PSN.
you have to play the multiplayer in order to get the plat, because like there's a few things on there that you have to do.
Yeah.
Like killing somebody while being over encumbered with like a shitload of stuff.
Yeah, so Conan Exiles, pulling it up here. Let's look at the platinum achievers here.
Average completion is 48%.
Yeah,
That's pretty high.
so if we look at the last guy
the
that
plat
got
is
it,
32.48%. So that's
this guy did it in 6 days and 5 hours. And that's long. I've seen people do it in like
Yeah, I think Jake did
minutes.
it in like an hour.
Yeah. And it's just lame, because it's like, what are you even accomplishing? It's just fucking, I don't know. Doing that is just cheap. It does a disservice to a great game. Okay, that's all I'll say.
A great game.
I'll leave it there.
A great
The game of our
Schweiss.
time.
I would never go as far as say it's a great game. I
How
mean, I
fucking-
enjoy the game.
How fucking dare you?
But great is a fucking lie.
Craig, you're a fucking lie.
Dude, that game is so fucking glitchy. Like, in any other game, we would fucking decimate it for just that.
But it's not any other game, Craig. It's so much more.
It's not so much more.
Dude, it totally is.
No.
If it wasn't so much more, we wouldn't treat it like it's so much more.
I think we only love it because of slavery.
Yeah.
I mean, there's not many games where you could take slaves, so...
Yeah, it is pretty addicting. It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of slaves, too. We've got quite the array.
We do.
Mostly double J tit size
The
slaves
double
for me.
G's.
But you guys can get all your dude slaves, too. That's fine.
We gotta grab what we gotta grab.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're not obsessed with having, like, a huge amount of male dancers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the camp we have is right next to a female dancer with the big-ass jugs, so I usually
That's
just go
true.
harvest her. Bring her back.
Harvest her?
Yeah, that's what I do. You can't treat them as people, Craig. You have to treat them as crops.
What exactly are you harvesting from her?
Everything, Craig. Everything. Her very essence is being harvested.
Oh, God.
Fuck. All right, so no more Conan talk. That's our Conan talk for the week. Let's talk about. Well, do we have any questions? First off,
I mean, I can look, but I don't think so.
so I'd like to answer a question.
Oh, would you?
Yeah. It feels like it's been a while since we've answered one. I don't know if that's true or not, but it feels like it.
Well, we'll find out in a sec here. Nope, we don't got any. At least not on Twitter. So if you've got any on the old Discord,
I think mostly we have After Dark on there.
So we don't got any?
No, I don't think so. And if we do, we'll save it later for later.
All right.
Okay, so Craig, gaming has become a billion. It's like just a ridiculously lucrative business, right? I mean,
Of course.
it's becoming one of the biggest mediums. It's one of the biggest drives behind technological advancing. It's like computational power, a lot of it for gaming. We're really pushing the envelope as far as tech to make shit look better and better and better for video games. So it's become this huge cultural phenomena, right? And we've started to see, I kind of feel like more and more branding within some of our bigger games, at the very least. And we're talking like Death Stranding with the Monster Energy. We're talking Final Fantasy 15 with the fucking cup noodle. Like
the fucking Nissan cup noodles.
Yeah, Maro-chan is the superior
It definitely is, yeah.
ramen.
I think it's also
by the way.
cheaper.
It is, yeah. And it tastes way better. Just get the stovetop ramen.
Yeah, and then like Nissan, like 75 cents a cup.
It's a
and then
ripoff,
like
yeah.
Maruchan is like 33.
Yeah. Maro-chan's amazing.
Yeah.
Love that little Asian guy on there. So happy to give you your 33-cent meal.
I buy them in like the big boxes.
Yeah.
In bulk, yeah.
Yeah, man.
It's super cheap.
So, with that, I mean, I don't know. To me, it's kind of like it's interesting because part of me doesn't like it, right? Because we've got this thing that's kind of like an escape from reality, right? That's the whole purpose of entertainment as a whole, is to kind of leave your normal life behind and like be encapsulated by this new idea, this new world. That's what reading is. That's what movies are supposed to be. That's what games are supposed to be. You get pulled in, and I feel like sometimes the branding and shit like that sort of pulls you out a little. I don't know if you feel that way, but
Yeah. It's pretty... I have mixed feelings on it, too. Like, I don't really... In some games, I don't really care, you know? Like, FIFA always has something, like, for Adidas on, like, the billboards and things like that. In sports games, I don't really care. Like, that's... They should be doing that in sports games, honestly. Like, but... I don't know. Things like Death Stranding, where they're like, oh, look at this Monster Energy. Like, that's how you recover stamina, as you're drinking, like, a shitload of Monster Energy, and then... That's like what you stick in your canteen instead of water because, you know, Monster Energy gives you a boost.
yeah, water's just for fucking pussies.
It's like, it's not even subtle with it. It's just like in your face all the time with the fucking Monster Energy. And like, I don't really care for that. I mean, it's funny, but at the same time, it's also like, eh.
Yeah, thanks for the follow. Yeah, I know what you mean. And
So I think there's like, I don't know if the time and a place is like the right expression for it, but I think that's basically how I feel. It's
yeah,
like there's an appropriate place for like in-game advertising, and then there's like a place where it's like it feels wrong. Like Final Fantasy, for instance, like it was so in your face about the cup noodles. Like they even had like. They based an entire character's personality almost entirely around how much he loves cup noodles.
yeah. There's a mission called the Ultimate Flavor, or he says the Ultimate Flavor Experience when it comes to
Yeah, and you
cup
gotta
noodle.
hunt a behemoth and then stick its meat in a cup noodle pack. Like, okay.
Yeah.
And then they give you the fucking the hat for the Nissan, and then like all their camping equipment is like Coleman brand.
Yeah. It's a quality brand. I mean, let's not. At least the Coleman is quality. The cup noodle,
I mean,
Nissan walks all over the fucking Maru-chan walks all over Nissan. Like,
I mean, in a way,
puts 'em in the
it makes
ground.
sense that there would be like, you know, capitalism in that kind of world. You know, like there can't just be like nothing. Like nobody can't just not have a brand in the super modern, like RPG like that one is.
yeah.
But it doesn't need to be stuff we know.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they have an economy set up and all that in 15, so it kind of
Yeah.
makes sense a little. But yeah, it's I don't know. I feel like it takes you out of the I feel like it can take you out of the situation when it comes to some of these games. And I agree with you on the FIFA thing. Like, when it's a sports game, see, because the thing about sports is when you watch an actual sports game, advertisements everywhere, right? So, like, when you're playing a game on a sport, like, it makes... I don't know. It feels like it's not even it's a non-issue, honestly, because it's like, of course you're going to have, commercials for this and this in the game, because it's a fucking representation of watching an actual game, but you're interacting with it.
Honestly,
instead.
even if they did like in a Madden game, if they like gave you funny Super Bowl commercials for actual products, that would be kind of ingenious. To do in that game, because that would happen in real life. Like, you could just like see these funny commercials while you're playing Madden, and it would make sense.
Yeah, and it works. You know?
It works as a thing because we know that to be a thing. It's like they're trying to emulate real life, so it's fine. And then you go and you make like your own unique game, and then you're like, I'm just gonna slap shit everywhere. It feels out of place. Yeah,
I mean, in Death Stranding, so we have... This is the most recent example for us, anyway. And probably for... Possibly overall. It's a really new game. We have not only the Monster Energy, and I'm kind of upset they didn't have, like, Pabst Blue Ribbon, down at the fucking Timefall farm. They're doing some PBR.
They got that Timefall Porter.
Yeah.
Which is pretty good.
That's not real, though. It's not a real brand.
That's true, and that's fine.
No, it is. But they also have, like, Yamaha bikes and stuff, like... And that doesn't bother me as much as the Monster, I don't think. The Monster doesn't really bother me that much. I think it's just really fucking weird, more than anything. And honestly, my Monster intake has increased, like, tenfold since I started playing this game. I'm like, man, I really kind of like Monsters. Get those blue, low-carb ones, like, less sugar, less gross. Fall from grace because of the sugar crash. Not a bad time. Not a bad time at all, Craig. So... I'm still even kind of mixed on that as far as, like, the Monster in Death Stranding goes, which is honestly one of the more egregious examples. Cup Noodle, I was kind of like, it's kind of stupid, Yeah,
it wasn't quite in your face about it as it is in Death Stranding. Like, I mean, there is an entire mission and a character based entirely around that, but they don't constantly shove it in your face. Like, because every time you go to your private room, like, you're looking at Monster Energy. And then every time you drink from your canteen, it's like, oh, you drank some Monster Energy.
Yeah.
And then every time, like, your canteens refilled, it's like, oh, we refilled it with some Monster Energy.
Yeah, it has to announce it all the time.
Yeah.
Okay, so those are some examples I can think of right now. What else have we seen in games I know, like, Final Fantasy 15, the movie, had, like, an Audi in it. And there's some, like, Audi, like, commercials and ads.
They fucking, like, promoted that Final Fantasy 15 Audi in real life, too.
Yeah, they made a few. I think there's, like, one or two of them they made.
I think they made, like, 10, didn't they?
It was some really small amount, yeah. And they're really expensive. So that kind of stuff, I don't know. The vehicle thing doesn't really bother me as much. That's not a big deal. But it's hard because
it's kind of weird, though.
Yeah, because then we have to ask ourselves, like, is this set in our world, or are we meant to just suspend disbelief to the point where we believe that Audi is eternal?
Like, Audi exists in the multiverse.
Yeah, it's like Audi is one of those things that's like, I don't know, fucking air that just has to be, right?
It's just fucking consistent throughout, like, all life and
throughout all strands of reality, through all the dimensions of reality. It's just Audi is one of the, like, 20 things that makes it through. So is Cup Noodle, so is Monster Energy.
Yeah.
Like, if we refuse to suspend disbelief for that, it seems a little weird. And then it also begs the question, like, are these taking place in our world? I mean, Death Stranding, obviously, it's in America. It's very, obvious. It tells you that. It talks about it all the fucking time. It also proves the female
you're in the U.S. and
proves that a female president just does nothing but bring the country to fucking shambles. But,
oh my god!
Thankfully, first and last female president, right? Some kind of fucking leadership
Actually,
that was.
Didn't they make Amelie the president after your mom dies?
They didn't
Like,
make her.
in secret?
She's secretly the president. So really, the office
So there's
means
like
nothing.
2 presidents that were female now.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
only one that's known.
Only one on the record. Yeah. Kidding, by the way. Just kidding. It's a joke. It's being funny. It's like, I mean, are we to believe that these things are taking place in our world? Because like Coleman, I mean, it's good. It's a good brand for camping equipment. I gotta say, it's pretty good. It's not the best. It's like good middle tier quality, right? It's like a good brand to pick up because it's just solid. You know what you're getting. It's not elite tier backpacking equipment generally. It's good. But like having it in there, it begs the question: like, is this taking place in our universe, or is it just simply to sell it? And like, if you're just doing it to sell it, I don't know. It kind of seems a little bit wrong, right? But on the other hand, I mean, we have these games that are increasingly expensive to make. It's becoming ridiculously pricey. Massive budgets, big risk of failure if it comes out and it doesn't work. So, like, at what expense do we give them kind of throw these gaming companies? You know, when do we throw them a bone when it comes to having in-game product placement? I mean, if that keeps the costs down, I mean, what are we willing to allow?
I mean, a lot of it is like passive. Like when you play like Grand Theft Auto, you'll see a billboard for some like alcohol or some random
Theirs are all made up, though.
Not all of them.
I don't remember ever seeing one that was real.
I don't think all of them are.
I mean, there's one called Pisswasser. I mean,
yeah, that one's pretty funny. But I mean, like, there other games do that too. Like on the billboards, there'll be like random advertisements for like Coke or other things, and so it's not necessarily in your face about it. And those are taking place in. Usually there'll be like random shooters where you're in America killing aliens or whatever, so you'll see that, and so it's less.
It makes sense because it's portraying the real. It's portraying the real world, so you could buy it.
But then you get shit like, a Mercedes Benz is a cart in Mario Kart, and then it's like, really, who's gonna fucking buy a Mercedes because of fucking Mario Kart?
Yeah, so
what's the point of the advertising in Mario Kart?
So you question the person's ability to buy Mario Kart.
I question
to buy a Mercedes Benz.
I mean, I'm questioning their idea of product placement.
Yeah, that's kind of true. I mean, when we get these, and I guess we can say the same for cross gaming events, right? They're kind of along that same vein. It's like, okay, you have an Assassin's Creed event in Final Fantasy 15. Who the fuck is gonna how many people are you gonna actually get to play Final Fantasy 15 because you had Assassin's Creed characters in there, or vice versa? It's like, those are very different things. Those are so fucking far removed.
They're making Assassin's Creed more RPG now.
They are now, yeah.
So, and the crossover they had is pretty close to Final Fantasy 15.
Oh my god! They gave him the idea.
So I mean,
15
and then
started.
There is a 15 crossover in Assassin's Creed Origins, and it has the lamest fucking cutscene, by the way.
Oh really?
Yeah, dude. It's like you're in ancient Egypt, and you find a fucking thing of Noctis on the wall, and then you go up to the sarcophagus and you open it, and then it's like a cutscene of the bad guy being in there. I can't remember his name.
Oh, Arden.
Yeah, Arden's in there, and then Noctis comes from the sky, and they start fighting each other, and then he drops the Ultima Blade, and then you get it as your weapon from then on.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
Was it a good weapon?
It's pretty good. Yeah.
I mean, it seems
and
like
you can keep upgrading the weapons in that game.
Seems like it'd be pretty fucking overpowered.
You can
back
use
in
it
the day.
consistently. So, and it does the same little animation like it does in Final Fantasy 15, where it disappears, and then when you swing it, it appears in your hand.
Yeah. That's not really the weapon, but fine, whatever.
I mean, yeah, it's his powers, but
it's his king's blood that allows him to do that. But fuck it, who cares, right?
Yeah, who cares for consistency? It doesn't matter.
Yeah, clearly it's not about consistency.
Who cares that the blade has an engine for some reason, and that he's in ancient Egypt using that blade?
Yeah. And that I imagine that caused some serious fucking problems.
Yeah, and that ancient Egyptian craftsmen are able to upgrade it, but whatever.
Yeah, they're like, wow, this is something else. They learn the combustion engine fucking 4,000 years ago.
We'll just engrave the hieroglyph Osiris on here, and it's gonna be way stronger.
Yeah. Exactly. It's
like the runic idea.
yeah. That's probably what they would do. Yeah, they would just like give it the powers
It's fucking way stronger now, bro.
Yeah, that's a good idea. That's pretty sweet. I don't think they did that.
I don't think they'd be even able to chisel into it.
That's true. Yeah, what are they going to use? Like, okay, so I'm kind of soft on this topic, to be honest, because it doesn't really bother me that much.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, for the most part, I find it comedic. If it was like a really deep game, and then like, I don't know what I would consider like, like if it was like Witcher, and like randomly there was like some thing in there, it'd be like, why? Why would that be in there? You know?
Yeah.
It just would feel like extra out of place because like there's no reason for it.
Yeah,
But like in a racing game, you see billboards for like Mountain Dew and shit. Like I don't care.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like those are definitely less in your face because it's simulating something that we see normally. Like you can see if you watch like NASCAR or something. There's ads. Everyone's decked out in ads.
Even if it was like the most unrealistic racer, like those fucking Wipeout games where you're playing like in the future with like hover cars.
Yeah.
And there's like a ad for like Mountain Dew 2055 or whatever. Like I don't care.
Yeah, I mean it's not as bad. I don't know. I feel like if they ever started doing ads like YouTube and like ads like Facebook video and stuff, then it would be kind of it'd be
like
a little
before
too much.
you get to play?
Yeah.
That would be fucking wrong.
Like you get a cheaper.
I feel like people would riot at that point.
Do you think it'll ever come to that?
Maybe for like MMOs, while you're waiting to like get into your server or whatever, they'll like play some fucking commercial for like advertising some other game they made or some product they're currently partnered with. You know, like say they partner up with Monster Energy to be like, oh hey, we got this partnership going on. You can earn points by buying Monster Energy and then converting it into the game or whatever. Kind of like they do with Call of Duty always does with like Mountain Dew and Doritos.
Yeah,
they always
Battlefield 1 did the monster thing.
Yeah, Battlefield 1 did the monster thing. So
a lot of monster back
there's
then.
like that cross thing. But again, in that you didn't really see like Monster Energy being in the game. It was only like, hey, you can get these tags like by buying them like in the menu. You could see that, but it's less. I would say it's less invasive that way.
Yeah, and I mean, if it helps them pay to get the game out, then it helps them pay to get the game out and do it. You know, I feel like it's not really a big enough problem to where I feel like the art form is being sacrificed to advertising.
I mean, yeah, like I said, there's like a time and a place for it. If they started like putting advertisements like in the pause menu, I don't know how I'd feel about that.
Yeah, man, you know what's the worst thing in the world is like a good heartfelt Facebook video that like has a fucking ad and like a minute in it's like, oh, this is really, this is kind of a tearjerker, and then it's like
start feeling good about it, and then it's like, hey, buy some curtains.
Yeah, and I'm like, fuck you, like Facebook, what the how much fucking money do you need, Zuckerberg? Like, god damn it, man. And like, I don't want to be a dick about it because I get that we're using their platform and it's not ours and like blah 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 blah, but it's like, does it have to invade every aspect of life?
Especially like because you got the main timeline right for the Facebook, and then like on the sidelines you have an infinite number of fucking advertisements.
That are of course harvesting your internet data by like, oh hey, remember that triple.
And they're selling it to people, so like they're getting money upon money upon money. They're making money from the advertisements, and they're making money from like you watching the advertisements and and clicking on everything. They just get like a shitload of money. So what's
so like if it gets to that point,
why do I need to fucking wait for a commercial halfway through this little video?
Yeah, if it ever gets to that point, I think it'll be too much. But as it is, I'm kind of fine with it. I mean, especially if it is used to help them cover the costs of the games,
Yeah.
Because the games, they're so expensive to make. It's just ridiculous the amount of budgets, the budgets these games have, especially the AAA titles. Like it's an insane amount of money, like more money than you could imagine. Goes into some of these fucking things. So like, yeah, if it cuts back on that, and if that helps keep the game price at $60 for a new game, then I'm fine with that.
I'm wondering why they start costing a lot more, because we've seen some games where they. The costs for them are a lot less than what we would have expected, and they still look and play like really great. Like Hellblade is an example of that. Like it's a really good looking game. It has an amazing soundscape. They still use the mocap for a lot of things, and it costs a lot less than a shitload of other games. And they sold it digitally for like $30 instead of like coming out at $60.
Yeah, it costs $10 million. Team around 20 people, compared to normal 100 employee team for project. Ninja Theory's projects. So I mean, you're paying people, you're paying fewer people, but it's still a game, and it's still a game that takes time to beat. So it's a large amount of work.
Well, yeah, and I'm not saying it's not the work, and I'm not saying it's the people that. I'm just wondering like why they cost so much, because we've seen Grand Theft Auto cost like fucking easily 10 times that.
Oh, it's a lot more than that.
Yeah, it's fucking disgusting.
So that was $10 million. Grand Theft Auto 5's budget,
$170 million. 265 million. What the fuck?
170 million in UK. Yeah,
265 million. Fucking holy shit.
Admittedly, the game made way more fucking money than Hellblade.
Oh yeah, it made a fuckload of money, and it has like an online service too, so it makes money off of like a continued thing.
Yeah, the only two games in history that are bigger than that are Tetris and Minecraft. That's it.
Well, Tetris came with like literally everything, including older phones.
Yeah, Minecraft is the impressive
They counted towards the fucking the thing of Tetris, which is bullshit.
It's pretty bullshit. It's not fair.
Pretty bullshit.
Yeah. It's not okay, but I mean, Minecraft, you can give Minecraft its due.
Yeah, you can give Minecraft its due.
That one's it's a revolution, It's a big deal.
And it's only like $20, so I mean,
yeah,
it's not bad.
So, okay, so you're not convinced that the budgets are that they should be getting super extreme?
I don't know. I don't know if they need to be. Like, maybe they're so expensive because they like constantly make new engines or something. How much did Red Dead make or like cost compared to like Grand Theft Auto 5? Like maybe it's a lot less because they used the Grand Theft Auto 5 like thing. I don't know.
Let's see, RDR2 budget. So it's between 80 and 100 million.
Yeah, so that's like way less. So
yeah,
I don't know.
I feel like there is something to be said about getting your engine tooled for the new console. I mean, we can see that they've done that.
I mean, yeah, that being made is like that is a costly thing. But like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's like every game needs to be super expensive. Like, what happened to like fucking AA games? Like they don't really make those anymore, and with advertising, like in-game advertising, they could easily make like a shitload of money doing stuff like that. But instead, they companies try to make like these little tiny indie games, like like we play in NBA Playgrounds, and that they sell that for like $20, and that probably costs like less than $1 million to make.
Yeah, the NBA licensing would be the thing,
Yeah.
but I mean the NBA makes money off of it, so I imagine it's
advertising for them in a way. So
yeah.
I mean,
I can't imagine it's hurting them to allow this game to be a thing.
And then I think even the new one, NBA Playgrounds 2, has some like advertising for some energy drinks and stuff like that. So
yeah,
they have advertising in that, but like they don't make like the $40 games or whatever that.
Yeah, so I mean, so you're saying that we kind of pay, so you're okay paying less when you get the advertisements. It doesn't really bother you. And I wonder,
Like,
maybe that keeps
understandable advertisements.
Yeah, and like I don't know, for sports, like it's weird. I'm totally the same way. I don't really play very many sports games, more than you do for sure.
Yeah, definitely more than.
But it doesn't seem like it's an issue to have them in there, and I think it's just because culturally we have all these advertisements around these activities.
Yeah, we don't really care.
Yeah, it doesn't bother us because it's already fucking saturated as fuck with ads.
Yeah, like whenever you watch a sport, like fucking, I feel like 2/3 of it is the advertisements.
Oh yeah, if you look at
like
NASCAR,
the game is like an hour, and then the game's like slot on TV is like 3, and it's like, oh, why is it 3 hours? And it's because it's like 2 hours of commercial, 1 hour of game.
Yeah, if you look at like
Especially like the Super Bowl. That is like the most advertised thing in history.
yeah, I love how so yeah, look at this. I'll pull up a NASCAR.
Oh yeah, and NASCAR is like constantly advertising. There's advertisements all over their fucking cars because they get what is that?
Royalties,
No, not royalties. They get
sponsorships.
yeah.
Look at that.
They sponsor like a shitload of
There's
stuff.
like 50 sponsorships on this
Just
one
like,
car.
Yeah, on that one car, and one of them specifically is like what is that? DuPont.
It's a car thing. Then you've got the other
Giants,
ones.
I think is
The other ones are kind of like shitty looking quality, so we can't actually read them. But
Pepsi
I mean,
is on there.
yeah, like Jeff Gordon's car, Prestone, 76, the gas stations,
Moog.
Levite,
What the fuck is Moog?
Goodyear. It's just nothing but advertising.
Yeah.
And it's really like their outfits, like their jackets. It's fucking ridiculous. Like it's to the point where it's like, what are we even doing here? Like, who the fuck has time to like think about it? And then you got to question, how much does advertising affect your mind? Like, how much of it is actually effective to us? And I mean, for the most part, I feel like it doesn't really matter to me.
Yeah.
But then I did pick up Monster Energy drinks again after playing some Death Stranding. So it's like, clearly there's something there.
You like it before, and then you see it like all the time because I mean you're playing Death Stranding is like a 40-hour game, and you're doing extra shit in it too. So you're saying that Monster Energy like more often, and so you're like thinking, you know what, I could go for a Monster.
Yeah, but I mean, I see ads,
and you need
for,
the energy to play the 40-hour game.
I mean,
so it's like,
yeah, I see ads for the porn games when I'm jacking off to porn all the time on the side, but I don't play the porn games. It's like I feel like I've seen those ads more than I've seen the Monster Energy.
But we all know the ads on a porn site are
you don't touch it. Yeah, if you go outside of
that's gonna fuck your computer.
There's
so
like
you don't touch that.
There's like a 1-inch section.
That's like visual representation of fucking like STDs trying to infect your fucking computer or device.
Exactly. Yeah. There's
So
a 1-inch.
You don't actively go for it.
There's a 1-inch block to the left and right of each video or each like porn thing. You don't touch that. If you touch that, it's game over.
Yeah, dude.
All of your information is harvested and you're just done. You're dead. Dead in the water. Everyone knows that. That's true. That's true. So I know better. But like monsters aren't good for you. I know that too. But I went for it. It's like. But I mean, at the same time, on the same token, I mean, the only reason why I did cup noodles after the cup noodle thing is because they had Final Fantasy flavored cup noodle. And,
well, you had to do that for you did that for a review thing.
Yeah, and then the lightning one was the shrimp one, and I could not get over that. I was dying about that, and so I tasted lightning's shrimpy fucking shriveled up tiny clitoris, and it tasted like that's what the little shrimps. They have the little shrimps in there. It's like, what does this one look like? A meat curtain? What I mean?
Oh my god.
She needs to clean. Although, I mean,
Well, I mean, okay, but
then you got to ask yourself, does she need to clean? Because it's like you either have flavor or you don't.
Well, I mean, you don't play a game like, let's say like Metro or Resistance, one of those like line-based shooters, and you see a billboard for like Coke. You're not gonna like immediately think, oh, you know what, I want a Coke.
Yeah,
it's not really even gonna be in the back of your mind.
I already think that though. It's a problem.
Well, I mean, you're addicted to Diet Coke now, but like, that was an example. Like, it's not just you're not gonna necessarily. That kind of advertising doesn't have as much force as like
so you don't
Death
think it's
Stranding, where like you see the Monster Energy, you actively drink it and you have to drink it to increase how many fucking like nodes of stamina you have.
Yeah. So you're saying it's less pernicious than those others, like it's not
it's less invasive, it's less like in your face about it, and it's sending you all sorts of messages when you start drinking Monster Energy in the game, and it's literally giving you energy for your character to do more things with. So that's definitely more of I think that would be like a stronger sense of advertisement than seeing a billboard for Monster Energy in Death Stranding instead of like actively drinking it and having it actively give you benefits.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see the. I mean, it's I don't know. It's weird because it's not always that way.
I mean, it's like this. It's subliminal, like how McDonald's knows that red and yellow are meant to like stimulate hunger, like in a very subliminal thing in your mind with the colors. Like they know that, so they use that as everything. So like all their boxes, all their bags are coated in like red and yellow, and their fucking symbol is red and yellow. Like everything about them is like trying to get you to come to them to eat food, because like they're trying to stimulate your hunger, and you're like, oh, you see, oh, McDonald's, I'm kind of hungry right now, I'm gonna go through the drive-thru.
Yeah,
it's a
you
subliminal.
just call it Old McDonald's,
No, I didn't.
or just say "Oh McDonald's"?
Oh, McDonald's.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Old McDonald's. I was like, dude, my 5-year-old says that. He calls it Old. Well, let's go to Old McDonald's.
It's going to his farm.
Yeah, he's going to his farm.
Gonna pick up some burgers from that farm.
That's right. Yeah.
Homegrown, free range burgers.
Yeah. No. We want to be able to pay for the Old McDonald's. No.
Well, you do get Old McDonald's when you go to McDonald's.
That's true. It's always Old McDonald's. I mean, and I go to McDonald's more, I guess, than others, but that's mostly because they're open late and it's right next to my work.
That's another thing. It's always like that's the same for me. Like it's open 24/7. It's the only place open when I get out of work. The fucking Beto's in Payson for some reason closes at midnight.
What, the
And I don't-
Beto's closed?
Yeah, exactly. And like, so I'd have to go all the way to fucking Springville, which is like 2 towns away, to fucking get Beto's in the middle of the night. And I'm like, you know what? McDonald's is literally right there. And then there's another one on my way home. So there's 2 McDonald's on my way home to work.
So
and the Beto's is clearly out of my
then
way.
we have to ask ourselves: is it
So
the red and
it's-
yellow?
It's the red and yellow, and it's the amount of it's its presence. It's how like consistently there it is, and then its availability. It's those 3 things like together, just fucking you with advertising.
Yeah. Well, Cameron has arrived.
You shouldn't have just said anything. You should have
Yeah, you
just
should
pretended
just
like
pretend I was here the whole time.
Oh.
I just started talking. That's what I told Craig.
So
Well, we replaced you with the Jesus plate. He was
Yeah.
holding your place. The Last Supper.
yeah, for some reason my sister thought she asked me. Okay, so she gave me a gift for my wedding. All right, and she said, "Oh, I don't know if you're religious or not." And then she gave me the Jesus plate, and I'm like, I mean, does this? Is it a religious thing to have a Jesus plate? Like that seems.
It's not just a
I don't know.
Is it the Last Supper or no?
It's
It is.
supposed
It
to
says
be.
it on the back
Yeah,
of the plate.
so she just gave you a plate for the Last Supper. Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what?
It just sounds like she found something in a
I don't know.
secondhand
Like, I feel-
store. And
Yeah,
then,
she had $5.
I feel like owning a Jesus plate is either like you're really religious or like you own it because irony.
I guess. I mean, if I ever open my restaurant, my hot dog stand or my corn dog stand, Christ on a stick, I kind of want to have like paper plate versions of these that you just, you got your Last Supper.
Oh my god! For the Christ on a stick, is it going to be like Cristo Redentor in every corn dog?
So-
Yeah.
like every corn dog is shaped like Cristo Redentor. So
Yeah.
you got like a fucking mold of the Cristo Redentor,
And
then
you
got,
slap
like,
the
and then
meat
you
in
get,
the middle
and then you
and
get
then
like
you-
a hot dog, right? And then you put like another hot dog across it, and then you just kind of like stick it in the
I think-
in the batter, and then stick it in the mold.
I think I'd probably just put the hot dog, like just slap it down the center, so that's like the structure,
Oh,
and
so
then just mold out the fucking bread.
I don't know where you guys are at in the show, but I was on a drive that usually takes me 30 minutes or a little bit less to do. Just almost took me 4 hours.
Dude, I would have turned around. You should have just not come.
Well, I had already been on the road for so fucking long at that time. I'm like, I don't want to come down tomorrow because I've already been on the fucking road for so long.
I didn't want to
I
do it tomorrow
completely
either.
understood that.
And it was
You just can't give it up.
On the
once
bright
you're-
side, going up, I think there's no accidents.
No, so I looked online.
When did it clear up?
No, it didn't. To my knowledge, it's not cleared up.
Yeah, dude.
So
remember
you got off my exit and it was still...
Dude, remember
No, because no. So it's the accident is in Lehigh. Okay.
Yeah.
It took me about 3 hours to go from my exit and to the exit in Lehigh, where they're closed down the freeway. Which normally that's probably only takes me about 5 minutes to do that stretch of freeway from my house. And then it took me, the detour was fucking all the way up past Alpine into the Country Road Boulevard area, and then I could cut back to the freeway through Pleasant Grove.
Isn't Pleasant Grove such a dumb city?
Yeah, it's
So
just
fucking
it's
stupidly
just a
set up.
giant suburb is all it is.
It's like, here, get off the exit and drive for 10
But-
minutes before you get to the town.
But so I was looking online. Apparently, what happened? Have you driven up to Salt Lake City in time recently, around or just through that Lehigh portion?
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, it's all under construction. There's a lot of curves in the road.
Oh, yeah.
And so the speed limit there is 60, whatever. So what happened was this 18-wheeler hauling propane,
Oh,
something
shit.
like that,
fucking exploded.
probably took that curve too hard, and it just fucking crashed, but it cut off the entire northbound freeway. But since it was fucking hauling petroleum, they closed both lanes, or both northbound and southbound. They closed it, and I was stuck in that. And
I did see that it said road closure, and I was like,
Yeah.
oh, that's not good for Cameron.
yeah, so a drive that normally takes me like 25, 30 minutes took me almost 4 fucking hours. And the majority of that, I probably went 10 miles.
An hour?
No, I probably, the majority.
I see
I
what
probably
you're
went 10 miles in
10
distance.
miles every 4 hours.
And and my average speed was probably 1 mile an hour.
Jesus Christ, dude.
Well, no, because, 10 miles, 1 mile an hour. It would have been 10 hours. So a little bit faster than that. But still, that's what it felt like.
God, dude, that's brutal.
Yeah, that sucks. I'm sorry. I would have just,
Did you watch any of the show while you were driving?
No, because stopping at traffic. Gotta at least keep your eye on the road a little bit. I sent you a couple
Well, I
videos
mean,
to keep you company. How'd you like those?
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed you rocking out. So
Rocking out to 80s pop.
yeah.
Greg just doesn't know what music is. He claims to listen to music, but really we all know that he just listens.
Well, I mean, he
to
started
fucking-
bouncing his
Celtic
camera.
woman.
He started bouncing his camera around. It was really
It's not
entertaining.
that Celtic Woman isn't music. It's that it's not the only music. That's all I'm getting at.
I'm not even going to dignify that with the response.
And then one of the guys at work we had Celtic Woman ads flying through the machine, and then he picked one up and he's like, "Oh, I think I'm going to go to this." And I sent a picture to Caleb, and he's like, "Don't be an asshole to that guy."
Is that her? Is that the Celtic woman?
What?
The picture he sent you.
It's a
Well, Celtic
It is
Woman
a Celtic woman.
is a group.
yeah.
Oh. I didn't know if it was the Celtic woman
It is many Celtic women's.
coming
Yeah.
to Utah.
I think the Celtic Woman is probably the chick who plays the dude's wife in Vikings. I can't remember her name.
I don't remember her name.
So, anyways, where'd you guys get to?
We're in the middle of discussing advertisement in video games.
Yeah, when it's too much, when it's fine. What comes to mind when you think about advertising in games? Like, what games come to mind?
So, it's just like, games like Need for Speed or just any, like, even the fucking Ubisoft game. You're in New York City after it falls.
The Division.
The Division. So, games like that where you're just in, like, a city or whatnot and just looking at random billboards and then, like, advertise. Or most of the time it's just, like, just an advertisement for another game that the studio does, or it's just like the publisher has their own banner up there on a fucking billboard in the game.
Yeah.
But I haven't had, like, unless you're playing fucking games being pushed by a company rather than an actual, like, game studio, I've never played a game where it was just being overtly advertised to.
So, like, sports
Trying to
games
remember.
are one of the things we talked about.
Yeah, sports games super heavy, but they're really just like You know,
But again,
it's
still
that,
more-
that is that
it's still more
world.
billboards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so same thing with like if you ever fucking play a NASCAR game, all the cars are going to have their fucking advertisements on it just because that is what it is in the real world.
Yeah, that's basically what we.
But
Yeah,
you know,
we
I'm pretty
we
sure I
brought
know
up
what
NASCAR,
what
yeah.
spiked this topic in your mind was the fucking loving camera angles that Monster is given in this
Dude,
Stranded game.
I want to fuck that monster. It looks so good. I've never seen a monster can look that good. They look so pristine. They're always like dinged up, just a little, the bends. But there, it's like I just want to run my finger gently across the side of that.
Caress it.
Yeah, I'm like, man, that is an untainted fucking piece of aluminum right there. I want to fuck that aluminum. It's so perfect.
I haven't even seen a monster can in real life that looks that good.
Yeah, no, they don't, because they're always a little messed up because the Coke guys have to like shove 7 more of them in there than what can actually fit.
Yeah, they're always like weirdly crinkled.
Yeah, and when I try to pull it out, I have to like push the others back.
Oh my god!
which-
One of the coffees that I bought from Monster, like the little the cap thing that like you can open the can with,
Yeah.
it was gone. I didn't
Oh,
even
wow.
notice it. It was just like it wasn't there.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah,
So, I mean, yeah, I've never seen that pristine of a Monster Energy, honestly. I don't know where the fuck they found him.
and they must have.
And I mean, are we to assume in this game, by the way, is Monster Energy still a thing? Or did someone just
Obviously.
come across like a fucking warehouse of
dude,
Monster?
you get like the fucking canteen that constantly refills with Monster Energy. Like you have like an
oh
infinite
my
supply.
god. What if the Timefall is Monster
It's
Energy? Well, your canteen is supposed to
Nah, see-
capture
See, the timefall is it's time in a liquid form, is what it is. Which is why
Well, if you
when
think
it's
about it,
frozen
isn't
in
that
snow,
arguably what Monster is?
time is faster.
You know
That's
what? I
frozen
think
time.
it's fucking Monster Energy coming from the sky.
I don't think it is. Otherwise, it'd be like green.
Well, it's one of the like
And
softer
and the fucking
softcore
like
ones.
BTs would be like green,
Maybe the BTs
and
are
the snow would be green.
Have you found anything that can reverse time yet?
No. There's like
Is it
like
in the game
container
twice?
protection spray.
He's ahead of me.
I'm way ahead of him.
I don't know. Like
There's like container protection spray that like makes it last longer. somehow.
I think
container
it's,
protection spray.
I think
Yeah.
it's Monster Energy, Craig, because if you think about it,
no.
it gives you
Dude, it's not Monster Energy.
What about
it speeds up time because
Did
you don't
you-
sleep and you age faster
you
because you're
do
drinking
sleep?
Monster.
You sleep every time
Well-
you go to your private room.
Yeah, your character sleeps.
Did
but
you bring up the question of where does the time go?
Oh man, I will when we actually review it.
No, where does the time go? Kojima.
I do
Where
need
does
to
the
know.
where's
I-
the fucking time go?
when I beat the game and that question isn't satisfied, I'm gonna have to like tweet Kojima and be like, "Dude, where does the time go?
Yeah, where did all that?
How do
time
you
go?
filter out the time?"
Time filter.
Yeah, then we fucking make a spin-off game.
We also talked about. Okay, so one of the other things like that kind of like. Okay, so we talked about like advertising in the games, and then we kind of like offshot it to. What was what you brought up earlier, where it was like a. I mean, games for advertising's sake is kind of similar.
Oh, the advert gaming.
Yeah, the advert gaming. So like we're talking the fucking random
Like the-
category that I wanted at the Burger King, Sneak King games. And
Yeah, like Chex Quest, the fucking
Yeah.
Purina Cat Chow game or whatever.
dude, there's one that I found that's a fucking Hooters game, and I love the idea of it. It came out in 2002 on PlayStation 1 and PC.
What the fuck do you do? Do you just play like a server girl?
You
or
go around
something?
and you tour Hooters across the country, and like at the end you get this fucking like 3-minute video of like Hooters girls. Dude, it looks amazing. Like I want to play it so bad. It's like what of all the fucking things to make a game about
What do
Hooters.
you even do?
I read it, but I didn't actually.
Is it just like a driving game? Do you drive between the Hooters, get a little cutscene of you like fucking inappropriately touching a waitress while ordering a beer, and then just fucking drive to the next Hooters?
Is that what you do at Hooters?
No, but that's what I've heard people do at Hooters. So I imagine that's like the average customer of Hooters.
I mean,
That is like who it's for.
exactly. Yeah, I was going to say the Hooters. I don't know. Apparently, they have good wings, is what I've been told.
It's called Hooters
Good
Road
wings.
Trip.
So yeah, what do they just drive to the Hooters? Is it like
Very poor reception. One of the worst games ever made.
a Hooters pub crawl? Like fucking.
Hooters across America. No, I think it totally is what it is. You're supposed to drive around and visit all the Hooters. It's like Hooters of America, the tour. That sounds like a great fucking time, dude. I don't know what the
A
fuck you're
great
talking
time.
about. Yeah, that
you
sounds
literally
amazing.
just said that it was the worst game.
Well, no, someone else said it was one of the worst games ever made.
Hooters USA.
I believe them.
I would never say that. I would never say something ridiculous like that.
You would never go against the Hooters.
No, dude, no. I've never been to a Hooters. Like,
I've never been to a Hooters either.
And the one in Utah is gone now, I'm pretty sure. The one in Midvale, 72nd South, right next to the
Oh, I've seen that one.
right next to the fucking jeweler,
Yeah.
Shanko.com.
Fucking,
That's not the name of it,
Go
but-
in and like buy a diamond ring for your favorite.
For your favorite hoot.
Yeah, for Hootress.
Hootris, yeah. Never went, though. Never went to Hooters. It's too bad. It's too bad. I mean, how big were their tits, though? Like, was there, like, a requirement?
I don't know. I imagine there would be if they're called Hooters and can't exactly go in with raisins.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the whole joke in South Park, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to be those big tit thralls that I keep grabbing from Conan
Yeah,
Exiles.
the double G's.
Double G's, yeah. Fucking huge tits. They're always, like, doing, like, crazy dances over the flame before I capture them, too. Like, they need it. They need civilization. Bring it to them. Bring it to them hard. Yeah, I want to play the Hooters game real bad, though, guys.
Oh my God.
It's one of the it's a piece of history because it's one of the last PlayStation 1 games ever released. Because 2002 is pretty far out of the PlayStation 1 era. It came out in like 94. And PS2 came out in like 2000, I think, or 2001. I think it was 2000, yeah. So it's been out for two fucking years.
It was like December of 2000.
And these guys that made this Hooters game were like, well, fuck it. We're not updating it for the PS2. We're releasing this bitch on PS1. Because it's too late.
I mean,
Well, I mean, the PS2 did play PS1 games, so like it's not.
That's
like
true.
it's-
Oh, that's true. Yeah, it didn't hamper sales.
that and they weren't gonna like fucking spend the money to
Yeah.
update the graphics on it. Like they knew they weren't gonna get a lot returned off of that. There's just no fucking way.
We need a more interactive experience with Hooters.
Like the only other games I can think of like blatant advertising in it are like the like fucking Chex Quest and stuff like that.
Well, that's fucking sweet.
I know because it's just advertising. Like you bought, you didn't buy it, you were given it, but you went into the game knowing what you were gonna get,
Well, yeah.
and you were pleasantly surprised with Chex Quest.
You get your health back with a balanced breakfast, so that's pretty sweet.
All right, let's see how much Hooters Road Trip is on Amazon.
Oh my god!
Fuck off! I don't want this to be nominated at some point.
Prime. It's a Prime shipping. I can get it in 2 days.
Jesus.
$23.97.
What?
What was it rated? What was it rated?
It's 4 stars on Amazon.
Fucking why?
No, like it's
How many people rated it?
4 people.
4
Everyone gave
stars
it.
with 4 people.
One person gave it 3, and everyone else gave it 5. Oh no, one guy gave it. No. One person gave it 3. Everyone else gave it 5.
Oh my
Craig.
god! It's a fucking joke.
Craig, there's a chance.
They're not being serious.
There's a chance that all 3 of us
Dude,
would be
it's
those
like-
5-star reviewers.
it's
is it
like-
rated teen?
Those
mature?
are the kind of reviews that are on that fucking like gold TV, where they're like, "Now I can live in the fucking box it came in."
You know,
It's
just
tea.
just as Hooters attracts a certain crowd, those looking for Hooters in the era of Amazon are that same crowd.
I don't.
I mean, look at that. Look at that cover art. How could you not? How could you not want to play that? Craig, it's gonna do.
What's the whole point of the game?
Why
What's the
wouldn't
point
they
of the
just use a
game?
picture of like actual Hooters waitresses?
Buckle up for some
I
good
feel
old.
like that would be more enticing than that.
Let's read the Amazon description. Buckle up for some good old full throttle action racing from Florida to California and compete for your chance to hang out with the Hooters girls. Choose from a garage full of smoking rods. That's the end of that's okay.
That's an actual sentence.
Yeah, that's all the sentence too. There are 16 cars from which to choose, including 7 bonus cars to keep pace as the race heats up. You can also blast tunes from the Hooters Rockin' presets.
God.
So it could have a bitchin' soundtrack. I mean, I don't know what. And look at that guy. Look at this guy's face. That's like the face I would make too. Look at that. The guy in the car.
Win a chance to spend some time with the Hooters
He looks
girls.
exactly like the kind of person that would go to Hooters.
Yeah, man. It's fucking beautiful.
He's got his Oakleys ready to go.
He looks like a fucking douchebag, so it's perfect.
Oh, dude, I love
I
this.
heard they had good wings. That's all I'm going to say.
Oh,
I'm sure he loves the wings and the
Oh,
breasts.
I go here for the food. Little unknown fact is the food here is great.
Little known fact: it's Hooters' best kept secret.
Hooters' best kept secret is their food.
Yeah.
They sell food.
we need to make the new chain is just going to be Cooters.
God, what is it? Just like what is it? Just like fucking.
You gotta have a big old pussy to work at Cooters.
Very visible camel
And
toe.
and they only do seafood.
Oh yeah, yeah. Cooters, the new American phenomenon. Yeah, dude, you've got to have like real plump puss lips and like it's just nothing.
Why would you say that?
Nothing but camel toe. Because like Hooters, you don't see their tits. It's just like the clothes are like fucking barely containing them, right? So you gotta have massive camel toe.
I'm disgusted with the turn this conversation has taken.
Oh, dude. Oh, it's so fun. I want
Is
that
it
restaurant.
fun?
Yeah, dude, I want that restaurant bad. That's the one thing I wish in Conan Exiles to bring it back around. That
Can you
I wish
imagine
you could.
Schweiss going to the bank asking for a loan to make Cooters?
Like, hold on for just a second.
What is it?
No.
What exactly is your business plan? And
No,
then
no,
it just
no,
like
no,
takes
no.
out this giant fucking picture of camel
He
toe.
needs to find like
Hooters.
an old wrinkly, slightly dirty brown suit, and then take off your hat. And you need to walk out like that.
the fucking 70s look.
I have a proposal. You remember Hooters?
I'm going to make you an offer you can't refuse.
Yeah. Well, prepare yourself for Cooters. I know what you're thinking. It'll never work.
And you're right.
You're absolutely right. But it's worth it. Oh, man, I love it.
How did you even get anybody to work there?
Chicks with big pussies have to work, too.
How would you interview for that? What do you just fucking
No.
visit the casting couch and be like, you know what, you got a big enough cooter, come with me, I got a business opportunity for you.
Jesus fucking Christ!
You just gotta wear leggings, that's all.
This is gonna go down in Nude Clan B-roll. This is what happens when we really do Nude Clan After Dark.
Yeah, once we're getting a little bit tired.
Fucking somebody comes in for an interview, Schweiss is like, show me your clam.
Your Honor, it's her fault that she interpreted that to actually show me.
I just wanted to see the lips from the outside. I didn't need to actually see it. I just needed to see the clothing very firmly pressed upon it.
God, you're just digging the hole even deeper at this point.
Oh, man. That's the best idea I've ever had.
God.
Cooters. The Cooters.
What
of
did I walk
America.
into?
And then
Well, you missed the After Dark. That
Oh, I
was,
know.
Oh, dude, there's some bad stuff on After Dark.
Bad stuff?
It's gross. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Really funny, though.
I nearly vomited.
Yeah, I got Craig real sick.
Like, was it like one of our listeners asked us something like
Yeah.
really fucked up?
Oh yeah, yeah. He told us a story that was pretty fucked, and then asked what to do about it.
Did either
you
of
guys
you
can't
give
wait
him
till Wednesday
legitimate
to figure that
advice?
I don't know if there was any legitimate advice.
So now
There
he's
was a
fucked.
little bit on the one after it.
Yeah,
Now he's fucked.
yeah.
Yeah, you're just like, yep. You didn't hear it, but yep.
Someone's fucked. Oh, yeah, his friend mostly.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Cooters though. That's how you interview for Cooters.
God.
You just wear some like really tight leggings. It's like as long as it looks like the fucking those like puff cereals. As long as it looks like you got a big old fucking corn puff in your pants, you're hired.
Fuck.
You need.
I'm laughing because Schweiss is just laugh. Like, there's a few things that you could say that just fucking make Schweiss laugh, and this is one of them.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that I'll just go off the fucking rails for. It's fucking
It's
train off the tracks.
It's fucking. There's a fucking just like 3 or 4 different topics, and he's done. And shit posting is one of them.
Yeah.
And if it was a literal piece of shit on a post, he'd die.
Yeah, I would stop breathing long enough to just cease to be. What are those fucking cereals called? You know what I'm talking about? They're like golden puffs. That's what they are. The golden puff. If it looks like a giant golden puff, you're fucking hired.
Is it a golden puff?
I think it is.
Hold on.
Oh
Well.
man. Yeah, like you got people putting Botox down there, like to make them fake, and I'm like, I can always tell when it's Botox. Botox down there. You can tell when it's natural.
It's the actual brand is called Honey Smacks.
It's gotta look like a honey smack.
No, could it be named anything else?
Oh fuck, dude.
the golden puffs, the Honey Smacks, the golden crisp.
Oh, fuck.
All of it's just great.
I could just hear Schweiss go on.
Oh my god, the Bob
Honey
Ross, the
Smack.
joy of cereal, is the same thing.
Smacking his lips about the honey smack.
Show me that honey smack.
Jesus fuck!
Oh,
It's so bad.
Oh yeah, and the Kellogg Sugar Smacks. So it's all the same.
Oh man. Yeah, that's a good business. And then we too could make a really shitty game that one person says is 3 stars and 3 people say is 5 stars. The Cooters, the Cooters pub crawl, the game experience Cooters like you've never experienced it before. Oh man. Fuck. All right, so
That's an interesting tagline.
yeah. Okay, so I want to play the Hooters game.
Of course you fucking
Clearly.
do.
It's only $25, which is a shitload, honestly, for a fucking PS1 game.
Yeah.
I was worried it was going to be one of those like $200 games, though, like because it's like, dude, this game sucks so bad.
Did you look at the used and new section? Because usually they're a lot cheaper in there.
No, I didn't. I'd buy it new, though. I mean, fuck it, dude.
Fucking new?
I mean, are there any used copies out there? That's a
I don't
question.
think you want a used copy, to be honest.
Yeah, probably not. You have it.
You know, if you are saying that because you're afraid of them masturbating while playing the game, at least the disc is inside the console during that process.
That's true. Yeah, they could have gotten it on the like case though. That's for sure. All right, so Hooters is at a. They're kind of out of business, honestly. It's like I don't think they're really a big thing anywhere. So maybe the game is like bad. Maybe the game cursed them. So we can't. If we do Cooters, we
I
can't
doubt
do a
that
video
that's
game.
the reason that Hooters is dying. It's because of a game that came out forever ago.
It's a slow death ever since that goddamn game. That's probably what they talk about in their board meetings. Like, why do we have to fucking greenlight the game? The fucking game.
As if the game caused the entire demise.
Exactly. So,
You know, you look at Hooters, And you have to wonder, where did bikini cuts go?
Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't.
Isn't
wonder
that a
where it
weird
went.
thing, though?
It's
Like,
fucking horrible. I'd never want to go to one of those.
can you imagine working there? Like, you
Yeah.
just have to look at like grundles all day. Like, it's nothing but taint. And like, dude, I don't know. Like, you know, it's not one of those things where like you can kind of just brush your hair and then go get it cut. You know, you gotta bathe and stuff. But I mean, I can't imagine everyone would do that. So you got some filth ass fucking taints and like, I
What are you
can't.
talking about?
Well, like when you have people wax your genitals and stuff
Well,
like that.
bikini
like,
cuts is not fucking.
well, no, they go around. Yeah.
No, bikini cuts. It was an actual establishment where women wearing bikinis would cut your hair,
Oh, I thought it was like a.
like a European wax, like a bikini wax
Yeah,
place.
yeah, yeah.
No, that's
They do
something
that,
different.
though.
Yeah, well, yeah, that's more or less normal, but fucking bikini cuts is not.
Oh, see, that's too bad. Bikini
No.
cuts. It's.
I would never. No, I would never go to,
Why
go to a
not,
place
man?
like that. Just
Oh, you don't have a boner while you're getting your hair cut?
no. I just don't
I mean,
think
if
I
you
would.
think about it, what if they nick you like the head, dude? You're not going to bleed very much because all your blood's in your dick. That's how that works, right? All of your blood goes to your penis.
Schweiss brain shut down.
Yeah, penis active.
Second head activate.
Beep, boop, doo.
Well, so that advertising, right? So how would you do blatant advertising in your game?
Yeah, this is the thing I wanted to talk about now. Is so we know that there are games that are pure advertisement. We know there are games that advertise just for the hell of it. Like, it's like, oh, it's a brand, might as well throw an advertisement in. And then there are
Right.
ones that try to, like, I feel like they try to get you to get the thing. Like, the Monster Energy, I'd say, is probably closer to that. It's like, hey, you should get some Monster. Like, Monster's fucking cool. And although, I will say, though, Battlefield did a much better job of that. And that was what you mentioned earlier, is bringing
The
a benefit.
tie-in where
yeah.
where they get shit in return for buying it.
And that was great, because you could buy the 4-packs, and the codes in the 4-packs.
So that's okay. That's not in-game advertising.
No, it's out-of-game advertising. And
Because fucking Mountain Dew and fucking Halo had been hand in hand for so long.
yeah, and COD.
And
With their
COD
game
too.
fuel and
They
COD.
get the double XP for like buying
Yeah.
Mountain
But
Dew and
fuck,
Doritos.
I drank a ton of Monster.
Oh, dude. Because you remember, did I tell you about the 4-pack thing? Because they had the 10-packs, but the 4-packs, the code was the same as the 10-pack. So like they had a hierarchy of like codes, and it's like if you do a 4-pack Monster, you'll get 5 battle packs.
Your battle packs or crates for like skin and stuff would be better for the bigger pack you buy.
Yeah, you'd get
But they were
more.
printing 10-pack codes on 4-packs.
Yeah, and all of them were that way, dude. And so it was just Monster all day, every fucking day, dude. I drank so many fucking Monsters back then. It was just, and like the 4-packs were on sale at a couple places, so I was just fucking shoveling them in. I actually really kind of like that form of advertising. So it's not in-game advertising at all, but it's a tie-in to it. I think that is probably the best way to do it. Because it benefits both parties.
There
in
was,
a way.
in a way, like in-game advertising with that, because like on the menu for it, they'd be like, "Hey, you can buy Monster for extra battle packs."
Yeah, it's very out of the way though.
Yeah.
And I think that's a good one, because that and Cameron and I both bought so much fucking Monster because of that. Like, dude, it was bad. I was like shaking and stuff. Like, it was just fucking. I was like, gotta get more Monster. Running out of those battle packs. Need my fucking beat stick.
No, my
Yeah,
dark days of Monster were yet to come in those times.
Yeah,
Those were innocent times.
Was it the Persona 5 days?
Yes, Persona 5 days.
yeah.
That's when I had to stop drinking Monster.
I'm coming up on the busy season at work, and that's when the fucking energy drink churns. And
You
next
gotta
week,
find another way.
next week I only have Monday off.
Just drink black coffee for a while instead of energy drinks.
It's much better, yeah. And I like coffee a lot. I've
I've even switched from during the week. I switched from coffee to black tea instead. Yeah, it's just easier.
yeah. Monster, and it's kind of cold now too, so I want the warmth.
Yeah,
Monster is good in the summer because it's just refreshing, and cooling. But now I'm like permanently cold, so don't really need it. Like that.
so cold.
Yeah. Are you cold?
No,
I'm a little bit chilly in here. 70 degrees. Dude, I'm like a lizard person. I've realized this over the years. Like, I have really dry, cracking skin. I just like all I want is a fucking rock and a heat lamp and just
A
like to
warm
curl
rock?
up. Yeah, like a heat rock and just fucking lay on it. Like I think I run cold. Like my fucking
Yeah.
temperature's like 97 all the time. I'm like a little bit cold.
I'm always a little bit hot too. I'm always like just a degree hot too. Always run warm. Doesn't take much to get me to sweat physical activity wise.
Yeah.
And then just the other day I'm just walking because my old roommate, he went to Iowa for Thanksgiving, so I've been going to check on his cats every day. And I was just walking to go check on his cats, and I was thinking about how winter's going to get bad soon. I wasn't like thinking about how much snow was already fucking dumped on us. I was just out there in the cold and the snow, and it just like didn't register to me that I was like cold yet.
Yeah.
Like the cold just doesn't bother me
Yeah.
anyway.
I mean, I'm fat, and it does help, but I still love the heat. And like Alex is always like, "Oh, it's so hot in here," and I'm like fucking bundled up. I'm like,
I'm
not
driving
hot.
home on the freeway, and I have to have a couple windows open every night because it's like slightly too warm with
Yeah,
the
the
heater on.
defrost and
And so I
shit,
just
yeah.
turn it off and roll down the windows and just drive home like that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I don't know what it is. It's just the cold.
I don't wear a coat for a lot of the winter.
Yeah.
Either, but like, right now I'm a little chilly. Like over time, and like the fucking heater. Like I've got this electrical fireplace in my new TV stand that I bought. I didn't
Oh.
actually buy it; it was free. But
Why was it free?
okay, so Alex,
5-finger discount.
yeah.
So Alex,
How?
So Alex, we ordered it from Wayfair, and they have like an open box thing
Fuck.
for employees,
Ah.
and it's half off. It's more than half off. So it was originally like $260, and we paid like $130, or it was like $115. But there were a couple spots that were like kind of dinged up, and she like took pictures, and she's like, "Hey, can we get like, can you do replacement parts on like open box stuff, like, because this is a little bit damaged. It's not a huge deal." And the guy's like, "Oh, I just gave it back. It's just I just waived it." As an employee, I felt so bad about it too because it's pretty nice. Like the only thing that's not nice about it is the part where she put the fucking piece in backwards, and you can see the like not great quality wood.
the particle board.
Yeah, that's the only part that's not. I don't. It's not really particle board, but you know what I mean. It's like
It's
not dark.
really cheap
it's not
wood,
stained. Yeah, and like that's the only part that's fucked up. But it's because we fucked up.
Huh?
But yeah, we got
Well,
it
there
for
you go.
free. But
Nice.
I love it. The fact that it has a heater on it, like, just, oh, dude. It's so nice.
Is that why you were playing Conan Exiles like right up next to the TV?
Yeah, because the heater,
You
yeah.
wanted that warmness.
It's not
You got that heat rock.
Yeah, I finally got that heat rock I've been asking for. Yeah, just scuttle.
Just licking your lips and licking the air.
Yeah, and I blink sideways with that extra film.
He's gonna start getting like replacing all of his light bulbs with heat bulbs.
Yeah. Yeah, dude, it's so good. Just love it. And like the molten hot showers.
I mean, I love getting into fucking hot showers and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I just don't like the ambient temperature to be warmer than 70, 69.
Yeah.
I like a solid 55.
Jesus. Fucking Christ. In the summer, maybe, but
No, just all the time.
it's too much. All right, so we all agree that we'd like more stuff like what they did with Monster, with Battlefield, or like our bodies probably wouldn't.
Oh, I was thinking like fucking in Death Stranding that we'd like more of what's in Death
It's a
Stranding.
little excessive in there.
We want more Monster Energy.
But see, they have Yamaha bikes in there too, but that's
Well,
not a big deal.
I don't know. Maybe
That's
just
something I didn't really notice because, like, for the Yamaha bikes, it's only you just see the little logo.
I mean, there
for it
always
on
be
the bike,
promotions between
but
retailers or producers and like pop culture items, especially when that item kind of bridges the gap between just being something, a consumer item and pop culture itself, like Mountain Dew or Monster. And
Yeah.
But I don't know. Maybe seeing something like that for Monster, but it wouldn't be something I'd jump in on right now, this day and age.
Yeah. Okay, so what game? So talking about full on advertising.
didn't you say you had like a top 10 list or something?
Yeah, there were articles.
There are lists.
There are lists.
There are points to be had.
Points and lists to be had for all. There's enough points for everyone. That's a myth that you can't create more points. It's a myth from the commie bastards of the world. You can create as many points as you want.
You could
Does
just keep
that
printing
really-
those points off. Just keep printing them
Does that
right
help
off.
the
Yes.
point economy?
It
Like,
helps the point economy. Yeah, it might weaken the individual point, but I mean, more points, more better, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Could say more points, more problems as well.
Are there like point economists? Like, do they know like?
What the best?
Yeah,
I mean, they
what-
could never really agree.
We should figure out what the value of those hog points are.
What exactly is the value of a point?
If we were doing a point-to-point conversion,
Yeah,
hog points versus...
I think the hog points are stronger than $1.
yeah.
Yeah,
What if it's like a peso? What if the?
or yen.
Yeah,
I mean, we would have to set the value against something.
that's true. I mean, and honestly, the hog it's
All right, who else does points? We can make our points worth more than their points.
we keep
We just end up turning hog points into another fucking e-currency.
Yeah. Hog points are worth more than any cryptocurrency.
Come invest into your hog points. Feed your hog overlord.
Which is me.
All right, so here's an article. It's got 10. Of course, it's a clickbait article.
So you said you had a list.
It was a list.
A list of what?
Of like
Product
the
placement in
best
games.
product placements or something like that is what he told me earlier.
The most shameless food product placement in video games.
I mean, there's definitely going to be the cup noodle head in fucking Final Fantasy
The
15.
hat thing. That was like a fucking DLC too. That was ridiculous. It was
Yeah.
completely unnecessary.
The only one
Those are
redeeming
the two it has.
thing that could have happened for a new Gundam Breaker was to have the 7-Eleven decal kit for
oh
your
my
Gundam.
God, that would have been fucking sweet. I would have used that and nothing else.
Yeah.
The fucking 7-Eleven Gundam that guy made was fucking awesome.
I think it's an actual kit.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Man, I kind of want to buy it. Because that thing looks sweet. That color scheme is pretty great on a Gundam.
Yeah, it's $37 on eBay.
Damn. That's perfect. I thought that was like something somebody made because that's hilarious.
Okay, so 15's in there. Death Stranding's in there. Apparently, Darkened Sky, there's a thing where your magic that you get is powered by Skittles. So that one's pretty
What?
ridiculous.
Isn't that the Skittle like game though?
Yeah, it's not supposed to be a Skittle game though. It's called something else. Sneaking's in there. I saw one that had this fucking 6 of the best product placements in video games.
Oh, I feel like there's some product placement in like
Obama's 2008 campaign billboards and Burnout Paradise. See, I didn't like Burnout Paradise, so
well, there you go. That's why.
yeah, that's probably why I'm like fucking
I already didn't like the game. Of course they did that.
No, I fucking hate it.
Uncharted 3 Subway.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Zool Chupa Chups. I don't know what the fuck that is. What either of those. Pizza Hut ordering and EverQuest 2.
What?
Wasn't there an actual thing in the game that you could actually fucking really in the game order a pizza to your home? So you could order the pizza without having to live the game.
In what game?
I think there was a Final Fantasy 14 thing that was like that, where it was like a pizza combo, and I was like, "What the fuck are we doing here?" Like,
Oh yeah, they had like for Papa John's, I think, they had like a crossover thing with Final Fantasy, so you could order like a special combo for Final Fantasy, and then you got like a code for something. I think I can't remember exactly what that was.
Yeah, it was EverQuest. It was the first one to do it.
So we have Chex Quest, games like that, Sneaking. I want to do that next year. Just fucking stupid games.
There you
So
go.
the whole 2020 is just going to be a stupid game year.
No.
Craig, it's happening.
No.
We need to have a resurgence in classics.
No. Classics. You can't say it's stupid games and then classics.
I mean, I just mean classic as in old.
That's not what classic means.
It works.
No.
How about vintage games?
No.
Vintage Hooters games for 2002. It's
No.
almost 18 years ago, Craig.
God, dude. Hooters is dying too, man.
Yeah, we need to revive them. We need to revive them by reviewing their game.
I don't think that's what's gonna help. People find it awkward to go inside of Hooters.
Such a fucking pessimist, Craig. And that's why we have to bring strength back to Hooters.
They just feel awkward walking up to Hooters
And ready
being
the
that
world.
person
They
who walks
feel
into
awkward
Hooters.
being inside a Hooters.
And ready the world to be inside.
Although that's kind of weird because Hooters has a very specific clientele. Like, why the hell would any average person just go to Hooters?
Well, see, that's the reason why we have to create Cooters, because
That's not what Hooters is for.
50% of almost 50% of the population wants to go inside Cooters. So, like,
I
the
don't
market is
think
huge.
that's true.
Well, half of humankind is male, and most of them are straight, and they want to go inside of a Cooters. They just do.
Cam, would you like to go inside of a Cooters?
If you could either be here right now or in a Cooters, which would you choose?
I'm telling you right now, I'm not choosing the Cooters.
I'm choosing the fucking Cooters, all right?
I know you would.
How good's the shrimp?
World class jumbo.
Jumbo cocktails.
Because Cooters is going to be seafood, right?
Of course, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Quality seafood. Straight
How are
from
the
sea.
wings?
The wings are amazing.
I heard the wings are really good.
I heard the onion blossom. The Cooter blossom is real good. It's just one of those.
The flower of the desert.
Yeah. Oh man, fuck yes, dude, we gotta do it. This is how we'll be millionaires.
We're opening a
with the-
business.
with the Cooters. Oh, the pearl of Cooter. No, it's like it's just gonna be a big old one of those big old fucking corn puff cereals we like cook a massive one and you just break it off and you dip it. You like dip it in like got a sweet sauce. Oh man, the fucking flower of the desert. That's good. It's real good. In bloom. God, that's so gross. You just like have ketchup in the middle. You just dip
Why would
it
you
in
eat
ketchup.
fucking like battered onions with ketchup?
I don't know. Why not?
This sounds wrong. Barbecue sauce, maybe, but
It's a metaphor. I guess barbecue sauce would be more realistic.
like, I would even say like a cheese sauce or something.
No. Yeah.
And I got like that beer cheese.
I'm trying to make it a vag thing, so like that's why it doesn't work for.
Yeah, you don't think that yeasty beer cheese is
Well,
is an
I guess
option?
I guess that works, but I was thinking more of like, yeah.
Oh, ketchup. It would just be vile if it's a metaphor.
Well, that's why barbecue sauce
You
is
don't want
worse.
to eat like a vile metaphor.
That's why the barbecue sauce is worse, because that means the blood's been inside for a little while. That's what it means when it's darker like that. All right, recover yourself, and we'll move on from Cooters. The world won't move on, though, unlike with Hooters. Hooters just wasn't brave enough. They weren't far south enough to succeed. Oh, man, it's just a complete failure of direction. They got
Okay.
close. They were about 20 inches off. I think. I don't know. I don't know what the average waist length is for a woman, but
They flew too far above the sun, is what you're saying?
They did, yeah. It was Icarus. It's the true Icarus story. They flew too close to the sun. They needed to be in the fucking seedy underground. the jungle down under. Sure, they needed to be, but they flew too high, and now they're crashing. Ugh, fuck. God, it'll never work, but it hurts. It hurts to accept it, even now in its infant stage.
It's not even an infant stage. It's still the sperm in your ball sack.
Yeah. I need to wick one out. I need to work one out to release it.
Of his eye.
Yeah, I need to release it so that I can part with it, as I know.
Make sure the massage therapist has a glove.
Yeah, that's right. Oh man. Okay, so the fuck was I trying to say?
I don't know, something about fucking advertising.
Oh yeah, what game? So what kind of advertising game would you like? I mean,
What do
if
you
we were
mean?
to choose a company to make a fucking game.
Oh, so we want an advert gaming
Advert gaming, yeah. Even though that's not quite what we were talking about for most of the episode, that's kind of in line with it a little bit. Okay. I think a Mr. Clean, cleaning business thing would be really cool.
Mr. Clean just comes up behind you, snaps your neck, and then cleans up the body.
Yeah, but he starts out black, but over time he gets bleached by the bleach products.
So
he used to be cleaner. Black. Mr. Well, dude, I'm not gonna say that.
That is exactly what you're saying.
No, Mr. Clean used to be black back in the day, and now he's not anymore. He bleached himself. He was too clean.
They whitewashed Mr. Clean.
They whitewashed him. They bleached Mr. Clean. They really did. He used to be darker. Yeah, he was, and he got. I think it's too much Clorox. The Clorox Mr. Clean combo.
I feel scared just to comment, just because my voice is now associated with his.
That's actually what happened, though. Yeah, Mr. Clean used to be kind of a darker dude.
All right, I'm gonna look that up. I don't necessarily believe that.
It's. I mean,
I feel like it's one of those situations where Schweiss believes every black person is the same person.
Well, Mr. Clean's not black, not anymore.
But according to you, he was.
Yeah. Well, look it up. Let's see.
Mr. Clean was a genie at one point.
The new Mr. Clean is a black man.
Oh, so the new one's black?
Yeah.
Well, I thought the older one was black too, though. Just look old Mr. Clean.
I want you
that
to
old
look at
Mr.
that.
Clean.
Look at. This is the Mr. Clean Wikipedia. I
Okay.
want you to read that tagline.
According to Procter & Gamble, the original model for the image of Mr. Clean was United States Navy sailor from the city of Pensacola, Florida. Although some people think he's a genie based on his earring, folded arms, and tendency to appear magically at the appropriate time. That?
No. Hold on.
What fucking
Did you
tagline?
not-
Oh, the other one?
It was... Yes. The thing that literally says tagline on the Wikipedia page.
The tagline is, "Oh man, I like snorting cum."
What? That's not.
That's the actual
That's when you go into. When you fucking go to the article, it says this tagline, there's no clean like Mr. Clean, but the hot linked tagline is, "Oh man, I like snorting cum." What the fuck?
That's A4 Extreme on one of his benders.
He changed the Wikipedia page for Mr. Clean.
Oh no, someone, country Russia, owner Ricardo Milos, tagline, "Oh man, I like, someone fucked it." Yeah. Someone fucked up the tagline. I think, someone went in and, changed the hot links to the article.
Oh my god! One of the things I'm seeing for Mr. Clean is hot, bald, and possibly gay. How to keep Mr. Clean fresh for 5 decades.
Oh, okay. So I guess Mr. Clean before was just a spray tan dude. I always thought he was like I don't know. I always maybe it's the genie thing that I remember seeing something about.
Someone must have just done that.
So you immediately just think from genie to black?
Well, no, not black, but like definitely darker because the genie is it's a Middle Eastern kind of a thing, and so they're not black necessarily. They're very much tanned. Although Mr. Clean, honestly, I looked at the image. His old tan looks like a fucking cheap ass spray tan.
No.
He is whiter though, and now he's black. So it's new Mr. Clean's black. But he did bleach himself from a tanned person to a very pale white man. I would say.
Would you say that? Or
Yeah.
would you just say that the tan wore off?
Maybe the tan wore off. Maybe he stopped paying for the spray tan and he started putting more of his money into his earring budget.
I think it's more like the lessons he took from Batman to just like appear behind people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
at the right moment.
Oh no!
Yeah,
So
always at the right moment.
Ricardo Milos is the that Ricardo meme, the guy dancing with the bandana.
Oh.
So yeah, someone memed it.
Someone memed the Mr. Clean.
Yeah.
Jeez.
That's hilarious. The tagline is so fucking sweet. How random is it that we found all of these things? Like,
Just fucking, how does that happen?
yeah, it's just so perfect. The world is all the stars aligned. We got the forming of a great company. We've got Mr. Clean's amazing tagline. So much more. Yeah, Mr. Clean would be a fun one. And you like have your own cleaning business, so it's like a RTS, or not an RTS, a strategy game, right? You have to manage your employees and stuff like that.
It could just be like the... Oh, man. There was an arcade game called Bubbles. I feel like you could just do scrubbing Bubbles and just remake that game.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Because, like, the idea was to clean the sink as a bubble and try to avoid getting popped by, like, bugs and shit.
Nice.
You had to get as big as possible.
Went back to Cooters for a sec, but I'll swing back to
Oh my God,
swing back to
Schweiss.
Bubbles. Make it as big as possible. Yeah, that's good. That's good. All right, so Well, like a Snickers game, like
A Snickers
you
game?
have to find people that are real fucking puss faced and like give them a Snickers
Oh.
and get them to chill out, because you're not yourself when you're hungry.
So they're just hungry and you gotta feed them Snickers?
Yeah, yeah. Sounds like a really fucking lame game, but honestly, I mean, does the fucking Hooters game? I mean, I know it sounds great on paper, but like, do you really think it's gonna be a good game? No, right?
How would you do like an Advil game?
Advil.
Yeah.
You can make it like Senuous Sacrifice, kind of, but like it's just the regular world, but it's all fucking distorted because you have this huge headache.
So
And you're
it's like a quest to get the Advil.
Yeah, yeah, and it's
To
like,
hold back the migraine.
it's all metaphorical and shit, endlessly. You got like the narrator talking to you, like just like in Senuous Sacrifice.
And it's like the Clear Eye guy. So it's like really dull.
Yeah, Ben Stein.
Nice.
Yeah. You see, all you need to do is reach the cabinet above the sink. The Advil, the chemical reaction within your brain when you consume the Tylenol.
Be sure to follow the instructions and labels on the bottle. Too many Advil can be detrimental to your health.
Well,
Yeah.
I feel like I've already
Sounds
been
like a
playing
boring
it.
ass game. Why Advil? Think of something else.
Well, I've already been playing the fucking Monster commercial game, so I don't know. I don't know what else we need. Oh, and you know what? Fucking next month we got the Monster Energy Supercross as a PlayStation Plus game.
All these fucking energy drinks are trying to make a name for themselves in extreme sports. We have Monster doing what it's doing. Then Red Bull has always been extreme sports. Always.
Yeah.
Like people jumping from
Wait,
fucking
wait,
space.
Does an energy drink have like the X Games or something?
I think there's a lot of energy drinks. that
feel
just-
So when it comes to Monster and Red Bull and shit like that, there's room for a game.
You remember Vault?
Yeah.
That like energy drink soda that like Coke
Because,
came out with?
yeah.
I think that one was connected with some stuff too. I don't remember. It's been a while. I think they last sold that in like 2011.
I think that's about right. It was wasn't it Surge turned into Vault?
I think so.
I think you can still
But you
get
can still,
Surge,
yeah, you can still buy Surge. In like, at least on Amazon, you can buy like 12
I know.
packs.
I picked up a pallet
Nice.
a while ago, just to remember.
I mean, I like the KFC
man.
Colonel game.
A Balls energy drink game.
Yeah, Balls don't sponsor any extreme sports.
Yeah, Balls needs to sponsor something. Something with balls.
Yeah, something with real big balls. What would the balls game be, Craig? Please explain.
I don't know. It'd be like the equivalent of your cooters, but it'd be like the male equivalent.
Oh, God. You have
So
to
it'd
have
just be like the banana hammock. It'd just be called Balls.
I go for the cocktails.
And they got a kids section, which is just like a ball pit.
And it's just like a bunch of scrotes.
All that's coming to mind. All that's fucking coming to mind is Borat. Right now.
Yeah.
They got all the waiters only wear that one ridiculous pair of underwear we found that was like the banana hammock that only went around one leg.
Where's the other end? What's holding it up?
It's gotta be
I
up
need to know without actually knowing.
Well, when you create Balls, the restaurant, to
And and it's just like a road trip to go to all
Is
the
the other
different
end
balls.
in his ass?
yeah, I think so.
What's,
I think there's
what's
like
keeping tension there?
there's like a big old that butt plug that's just
Oh, you know
stuffed
what?
up in.
Balls should be like the official energy drink of like Chippendales.
Oh man, yeah, that's good,
Yeah,
dude. That's amazing. That's a good idea.
it's a good partnership right there.
Gotta say, I'd probably frequent Cooters more than Balls, but I'd go for the fun. I'd go for the cocktails.
The fun to be had.
The cocktails. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what game I'd fucking want as advertising. Like, I don't think I could come up with anything more ridiculous than what they do. Like the fucking Burger King bumper car game or whatever.
Yeah, I really actually kind of want to play the sneaking game. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if I want to play it more than the Hooters game, but it's probably better.
Well, I mean, they can't make a game better than fucking
I was always
Chex Quest.
disappointed by the games being pushed by like actual development studios, like
Oh my god,
fucking Ferrari,
You know what?
not like, being pushed by like actual corporations instead of a studio. Like Ferrari pushed out a game. It's just the quality of the game is always just so bad.
Yeah,
it's
or like
they
a
couldn't
History Channel.
They couldn't hire like actual developers to develop the game for some fucking reason, even though they're a successful company. It's just like you're putting out a shitty game, and it doesn't make me want to buy your product.
Yeah, History Channel War Games.
I actually
Yeah.
do know what game I want. I want a remake of Chex Quest as Doom 2016. That's what I want. I want a new Chex Quest, and I want it to be
Let me tell you
amazing.
something about Chex Quest. Re-skinning Doom is extraordinarily easy.
Yeah. And I want Doom 2016 to be Chex Quest 2020. That's what I want.
Well, you can pay someone to fucking mod it for you.
I mean, is 2016 easy to mod though?
I don't know. I haven't actually
The
looked to see
OG
if there are any
ones You
mods.
can mod the fuck out of, but
Well, yeah, because all those are just sprites and reskinning.
Dude.
So
yeah.
Can you just imagine the fucking like Power Spork in a Doom 2016 fashion?
And like the filling of the cereals spraying out everywhere.
Well, I mean, you fight the Phlegmoids, man, and you gotta like you fucking just like stab them with this fucking spinning spork, and I feel like that would be amazing.
So
It
in order to
would be like the chainsaw kill, but you get like the fucking the Power Spork, and you just like
So in order for them to like mod anything in that game, they would have to have a model to use to tell to find out where the code for the current models is at and where it's pulling resources from, and then swapping that out for the models you wanted to take. And you actually have to have animated 3D models to replace it with. And so if a fucking giant square of Chex isn't 3D modeled anywhere, or like whatever they're fighting, you would have to pay an artist to then model it for you. It'd be an expensive mod, Craig.
I just need it to happen. I need fucking. Wait, who does checks? Is it Kellogg's?
I don't fucking know, man. I don't know my
Hold on.
cereals.
I'm gonna fucking look. I need to know.
It's all owned by the same company anyway, Big Cereal.
Yeah, big cereal. Yeah, they've been lying to us for years.
Fucking big cereal.
And what was I saying to Jake the other day? We were online.
Oh, it's General Mills.
That's what I thought.
All right, so General Mills needs to fucking pay for this Chex Quest 2020 game that I need to have.
Oh yeah, Jake was. We were all on PlayStation Network, and Jake was talking to his mom in the background about how she is fine going to the movies on her own, but she doesn't want to go to restaurants on her own because she'd feel awkward. I'm like, that's just what big restaurant wants you to think. You can't go to a restaurant alone because you have to have a whole group there. Everyone's paying, everyone's tipping. That's what big restaurant wants you to think. And then later he goes off on like about Groupon. I'm like. And like, you know, Groupon's not actually a deal on anything. It's like promotions they already had going on, but they're advertising you to you through Groupon to make you think you're getting a deal when in fact it was already there. But I'm like, that's just what Big Coupon wants you to think. Fucking newspapers
Fucking
need
Big
those
Coupon.
coupons to keep the printing business alive. That's the only reason the newspaper's still around.
Yeah.
Fucking Big Coupon.
We joke about that at the post office, like all these little packages going down. We're like, yeah, this place is just smoke and mirrors. Those boxes are empty. It's just government lying to us, telling us we're doing something, and it's fucking empty boxes going down the line.
It's all UPS and Amazon.
Yeah, it's all UPS and Amazon now.
Nobody sends letters.
It's all
Big
fucking,
post.
it's all fucking big, big post, fucking big newspaper. They need Big Coupon in order to give us a big fat deal.
Yeah, that's right.
Waste.
Yeah.
And you can't eat at a restaurant alone. Don't let big restaurant tell you what to do.
Yeah, no, you can't. You got to be your own person. Yeah.
It would be really awkward to go into a Denny's at 3 a.m. by yourself, though.
I think that's the perfect time to go to a Denny's at 3 a.m. is by yourself.
But you got to have a group. That's the funnest time to go.
I mean,
It's
you
when the
definitely have more fun in a group.
When the waitress really hates you for doing it,
But-
that's the perfect time.
But when you are the dude who shows up,
truckers do it. So I
yeah.
mean,
It just means you're a man of the road. You don't keep the conventional lifestyle. You're at fucking Denny's 3 a.m. in the morning.
yeah. Well, I mean, that's pretty much the only place they can go. Cause
You look at the waitress.
your only other options are a handful of Beto's. And
You look over to
fucking
waitress, you
McDonald's.
two lock eyes. She goes, maybe not. It's not like he's going to be here tomorrow, so.
Are you talking about the trucker or you going into a Denny's at 3 a.m.?
I'm just laying down a scenario that could happen if you start eating at Denny's at 3 a.m., Craig. Think of the life you could have.
I could easily eat at a Denny's at 3 a.m., but the only waiter that I know of is a transgender dude. So
Is he a dude now or is
I mean,
he a chick now?
he's a chick now.
Well, there you go.
Just think,
so I guess
Craig.
I guess a microaggression that guy or
Just-
chick.
Just think, you could lock eyes with her at 3 a.m. over your fifth pancake.
I don't really want to do that.
Over your fifth pancake as you're struggling to beat
Oh,
your next
man,
record.
I saw... Oh, dude.
You could do it, she whispers in your ear.
Alex, for some reason, decided to show me a picture of, part of the surgery. And they hadn't... So the dick was gone, but the skin flap for the dick was there. And I was like, oh, my God, what if they left it? So, you got a vagina, but you got this, dick husk above it,
They can't do that. They use the skin for the inside of the veg.
I don't know how far along this picture was. I don't know why I was subject to seeing
flip it
that
inside
horror.
out, essentially.
No, it was below it though. It was you got your cock, but the cock was all deflated and just a skin flap, and then below that was the vagina. And I was like, dude, what if you had the cock flap still there? How metal would that be? Check out my cock flap. It's like a fucking mud flap on your fucking car, you don't want to fling any of the juices up in there so you catch it with the cock flap. Yeah, I don't know why that was. I don't know why that came to mind. Well, the transgender thing, I guess. But I don't know why I was shown that image of this just horror.
Thinking about it, they'd probably make the head of your glands, if you will. They would probably make that your clitoris.
Yeah.
Would they be able to find it?
It's the G spot. That's difficult to find if you're not a pro.
Yeah. Yeah. Two pros and an amateur heroes.
I'm not in any league yet. So
Yeah. Craig's unranked.
He's just practicing, and unranked.
yeah.
Yeah, he's doing those unranked fives. So unranked solo duo queues.
It's unranked solos. Thank you.
yeah, sorry.
But advertising.
Yeah, good stuff.
Well, I'm really drawing blanks here. I didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's mostly okay. I mean, if it covers the cost of the games, if it helps reduce the price, keeps the $60 price tag.
Oh, so the idea was you could get more advertisements in the game to help subsidize the cost of development of the game to the actual consumer.
That
so
was
they don't
one
have
of
to
the
pay
things-
more than $60 a game.
Yeah, that was one of the
But
things
then
we
the
talked
developers
about.
could still cash out.
Yeah, in a way. We were also talking about, or at least I brought up, that it's like there's kind of like a time and place for advertising.
I
'Cause,
mean,
like,
really, what does it
I mean-
affect for us if you're playing a game and instead of just driving some awesome-looking car with no name, but it's made by an actual company that has their name in the game now? I mean, it feels kind of sellout, but does
Well,
it
I mean,
really change
that's-
the game?
That's one thing, but like I was talking about, like if there's a difference between playing like Need for Speed and seeing an advertisement for like Coke or Pepsi or whatever on a billboard.
I mean, it just
and
make it
being
feel more like real life.
and then being in like fucking.
Like you throw on a VR
and
set,
then
Need
playing
for Speed, and you got fucking actual real billboards
Well, I
in the
mean,
game.
that's fine, but like if you play like The Witcher and they like shove something in there,
See, games like that,
Like,
that'd be super
that's-
difficult to do.
yeah, that's exactly
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. Like,
but
you can't
you could
really-
easily do it in like something like Cyberpunk. You could easily do that.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like it would be easy for certain
It just
games.
depends
like,
on the
it's
setting
not,
of the game.
It's not. It's not like really out of place in that sort of sense. Like in the Division, like we were walking around New York, it's not really out of place for them to have advertisements for certain places that are there or products. So I don't know. Like I said, it was like there's a time and a place. Like some games you can do it with, some games you really can't.
Yeah.
Like the whole Final Fantasy 15 thing we were talking about with the cup noodles, the Coleman camping equipment, and then the weird crossover with like Assassin's
what
Creed.
a weird fucking advertisement. A weird fucking company to sponsor a game. Fucking Coleman Camping Goods.
Yeah. Didn't they also have like a connection with a bank too? Isn't there a bank thing in Final Fantasy 15? I swear there was.
That makes
I don't
you,
remember.
that just, like, again, like Coleman, like what weird
Or Capital One.
off-brand
Did they have like a Capital One credit card or something
kind
like
of
that?
thing do you want to put in your video
Or
game?
MasterCard?
I think it might have been MasterCard in the movie or something.
Yeah, it was like
It's an
something like that
advertising.
in Final Fantasy 15 as well. So there's like three
Some
different
things money
companies
can't
at
buy,
least.
Craig.
Well, clearly they can buy whatever they
For
want.
everything else, though, it's MasterCard.
Is there MasterCard?
What's in your wallet?
Obviously,
Is that a
there's
MasterCard one?
That's
Or-
Capital One.
Is that Capital One?
That
Yeah.
could be a MasterCard. I don't know.
I think
if they
Capital One is
I don't know.
MasterCard. I'm pretty sure.
I'm not
Let me
sure.
pull out my plastic. Capital One.
What is it?
MasterCard.
Nope. There you go.
Yep, I knew it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of like where it's weird and a little off-putting for me.
Yeah. Other than that, I think it's fine. I would agree.
Yeah, and I would like less in your face about it than like what we've experienced with Death Stranding and the whole monster thing, because they really do shove it in your face in that game. But other than that, like as long as it's billboards, like a vehicle you're using, because I mean, and we talked about this while you weren't here. Like fucking Mercedes has a kart in Mario Kart. Which
Yeah, that
it's
seems
it's
a
like
little-
it's like why
I'm
why
not upset about that.
I mean, yeah, it's not something to be upset about, but at the same time, it's like, who's gonna fucking buy a Mercedes because of Mario Kart? Like,
Yeah, it's a weird crossover.
yeah, it's like weird. It's a weird idea for product placement. Like, you're not gonna, I don't know.
Get the bends on the mind, but it's like too bad you
It's-
don't
it's
have
a weird
money.
thing. It's
for
like
it.
it'd be like advertising a fucking. What would you advertise that would be super weird? I don't know. It's like it's not like they'd be having a bank like telling you to open up a new account in fucking Pokemon. You know, like it's not. They're not going to do that weird level of advertising.
Yeah. You think that's crossed the line a little?
I think it's a little weird
Yeah.
to like they don't understand what kind
The
of
audience.
Yeah, like they don't understand the marketing that's happening.
what time do you
right
have
now.
to head to work?
I have to be there at 7:30.
Oh, okay.
So like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Well, sadly, that's it for this week. I think I don't have any more time to fucking record.
Yeah. Sorry about showing up late.
That's all right. That's
I
all
was
right.
literally on the road for 4 hours, or
Showed-
just shy of 4 hours.
Showed up in the nick of time.
Yeah.
Had some great fucking business plans set forth.
I
God.
wouldn't use the word great.
Huge,
Something's huge.
puffed, swollen. Some real swollen business plans. It's like go get stung by a couple bees and bring it back.
You know they have pumps for that, right?
Oh yeah, that's true. You can get a pump. Yeah, it's like you gotta get breaks every hour to go pump your pussy back up to like.
God.
Pump that puss. You're working tonight.
By the way, where's my fucking mic stand?
I don't know.
Well, mine was missing, so since you were gone, I just basically jacked
Okay.
yours. So I don't know where mine is.
You jack my stand?
I did, yeah.
That's a firm grip you got there.
yeah.
Well, yeah, I don't have anything else.
All right. Well,
but
good
I,
too.
but I might bring up something at some point about how advertising helps subsidize the cost of video games for the consumer.
Yeah.
I mean, I fucking hate being advertised to, unless it's done in a clever, subtle way. If
Yeah.
it's just in your face, I like fucking. I don't watch fucking TV anymore. There's a reason why I hate fucking Hulu. It's because I hate being advertised to. But if they like kind of work the advertisement into the show you're watching in like a very subtle way, then I don't know. I don't know if I had a big of a problem about it.
yeah, I agree.
But anyways, that's kind of my.
If you ever have
2
like
cents.
ads in games, that's the end. Like that's bad.
Yeah, you take a 30-second ad break after every 10 minutes.
Yeah. No, that's not cool. All right, well, I think that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out. Let's do some Hog League. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Hog League, Week 10. 9. Just kidding. It should be Week 10, but I skipped a week. So, this week's matchups, Schweiss's Schwettmeisters against the Step Motherfuckers. The Dukes of Death against Matunica's Heroes, Romager's Rompers, A for last place, Most Offensives, Chases Space, Abrak cracks his whip against the Doesn't Counts. First up, Step Motherfuckers crushed Schweiss's Sweatmeisters 894-39. Sorry guys, it's not that I'm not hogging, I'm just not doing anything that hogs. I'm playing long games. So I'm sorry I couldn't contribute any points last few weeks. Listening to podcasts that don't count also. So, top Step Motherfucker IRAP. Top Sweatmeister Fun to Mop. The Dukes of Deaths crush Matunica's Hero 700-358. Top Duke Deathwife. Top Matunica's Hero Porcupine Racer. Romager's Rompers fall to A for last place. At last place no more, I will say. 531-130. Top A4 Bob Erdis. Top Romper Felicia Nomiko. The Most Offensives take down Chase's Space 470-7. Top Most Offensive Player by Nature, top and only Chase, Kingzilla. The Whips hit and strike true against the Doesn't Counts. Jacob, top Doesn't Count. Top Whip, Abrak himself. So team leads, top in the matchups there. So also first person to pass 10,000 points this year, and probably only one of 2 or 3 that will pass 10,000. It's the Step Motherfucker's very own angry-ass black dude from California. So congratulations on breaking 5 digits. You've done a shitload of games, and it's not surprising that you made it. So this week's matchups. Week 10, Schweiss Sweatmeisters chases place. The Dukes of Deaths against Matunica's Heroes. Romagers Rompers, A for last place. Doesn't counts against Abrac and his fucking whip. The most offensives against the Step Motherfuckers. So guys, get in, log your hog. This is going to be, it's getting pretty close to the end of the year as far as this goes. We'll probably go 12 weeks, 13 or so, and then do playoffs at the beginning of the year next year. So get in, get your hog, join the fun, and consume some stuff, you know? Like, it's getting close to the end of the year. Get your game of the years in. Play the games that you haven't had time to play this year. I mean, you owe it to yourself. I really, really believe that you owe it to yourself, guys, and there's plenty of great stuff that has come out this year. A lot of people are saying this is a slow year, but come on. We know better. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for hanging out. Till next time, live always in the nude.